Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast where it's amazing. Vince McMahon actually made Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, and Kofi Kingston all champion at WrestleMania. Insane. It's lost in the Midcard. Welcome to our WrestleMania Weekend review. We were going to talk Takeover. We're going to talk WrestleMania. We'll talk about everything that's happened in New York in between. Discuss a little bit of G1 Supercard, maybe briefly talk about Impact, anything that may have happened there, any other news that may have broke. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, including a particular ex-coworker of mine that happened to tackle Bret Hart at the Hall of Fame. We'll get into all of that and so much more. But first, thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes and any of your favorite podcasting apps. Also, as well as Spotify. We just got on there not too long ago. And all you have to do is search for Lost in the Midcard, hit that subscribe button. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way, typically every Wednesday. But also subscribe, that way you know every time a special episode may come your way on any other day. You can also subscribe to us on the YouTube, and links to all that are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard. Go to the pin post there, or go to our pinned tweet on the Twitter at LITMC Podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Bennett. You can find me on the Twitter at JBHuskers. As always, my co-host, he is on the Twitter at Raw F Showtime. It is Mr. Matt Black. Matt, how you doing?
Could be a lot better, man. Has not been a good week, but I'm here, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, well, at least we got through WrestleMania, and it was a pretty good wrestling weekend overall, wasn't it?
Well, until we got the Raw and SmackDown.
True. Yeah, we'll see if maybe next week's shakeups help that at all. And as always, our other co-host, he is on the Twitter at No One Like D, Mr. Darryl Bullock. Darryl, how you doing?
I'm motherfucking tired. Too much damn wrestling on this damn weekend.
Yeah.
And I ain't even go.
Yeah.
I love you, Darryl.
Yeah.
You know I got your back, brother.
Yeah. It's like we're exhausted from being on the couch.
Like every time you turned up, Friday you had Takeover. Saturday, Hall of Fame and Super G1 card of whatever the fuck it's called today. Then you got 16 hours of WrestleMania.
Didn't you guys watch Impact on Thursday night too, after we recorded?
Nah, I watched my paint drying on my wall.
Oh, okay. Well, that's about the equivalent.
It was probably better than that show. It was not good.
It was probably more action on the paint drying. But something that was probably quite a bit better, actually a lot a bit better than Impact or paint drying on a wall. It was NXT Takeover New York. It happened. We told you about it. We previewed it on the show last week. Actually, just a few days ago, because we had a special Friday show previewing WrestleMania. We told you this was like one of the most stacked cards in Takeover history, and they did not disappoint. And after we run down the card, we gotta talk about it. If this even we can even talk about it now. I mean, you compare this to what we probably would call the best NXT Takeover of all time, NXT Takeover New Orleans, where you had the ladder match for the North American Championship. That was for the first winner of the North American Championship. Shayna Baszler, Ember Moon for the NXT Women's Championship, Undisputed Era, Authors of Pain, and Pete Dunne and Roddy Strong for the NXT Tag Titles. Aleister Black and Andrade for the NXT Championship, and then Gargano and Ciampa in an unsanctioned match that was just insane. Gentlemen, which one of these two do you put ahead of the other, New York or New Orleans? Darryl?
New York.
Matt?
Agreed.
New York was a fantastic. It was amazing. It was 5
top
titles.
to bottom, the best takeover ever.
Yeah.
You had 4 to 5 solid Matt, even the hype, the build up before, you already knew what it was going to be.
Mm-hmm. It all kicked off with the War Raiders coming out to another awesome Viking entrance with some drums and shit, a little more elaborate than they had at Phoenix. They come out and take on Ricochet and Aleister Black, the winners of the Dusty Classic, the 4th annual Dusty Classic. Some great action between Rowe and Black in the beginning, kind of one-upsmanship, and ending up with a little fist bump in respect, which was pretty cool to see. This set the tone, and damn near could have this could have almost been the match of the night. If it wasn't for the end of the night, don't you guys agree?
Yeah, you started out with a bang, you end with a bang. Like they did what they were supposed to do.
In the end, though, Ricochet got picked up by Rowe, and Hansen gets up on the top and hits Fallout for the win after an amazing 18.5 minutes of action, as War Raiders retain the NXT Tag Titles after the match. A great show of respect from all 4 gentlemen, and kind of a curtain call, so to speak, as well. Or not a curtain call, but kind of a goodbye to NXT, so to speak, for Black and Ricochet. This looked like this was their swan song, as they're going to be heading to the main roster as well. Big NXT chance, big You Deserve It chance for both Aleister Black and Ricochet. Of course, Black has been on the roster a lot longer than Ricochet, but Ricochet has made a tremendous impact since he's come up to the roster. They show a shot of Toni Storm and Piper Niven at ringside just before our second match of the evening for the NXT North American title. Velveteen Dream and Matt Riddle. And you can notice Matt Riddle kind of getting taken aback with the gigantic bro chant from the Barclays Center. He kind of was blown away by that. That was kind of cool to see. And hey, he gave some flip flops away to some members of the NXT universe during his entrance as well. And how about Velveteen Dream's Statue of Liberty entrance, guys?
Always putting on a show.
Carried to the ring on a throne by some indie wrestlers or some Performance Center guys. Not sure who that was. I'm sure somebody probably got the scoop on who those guys were, but with the way things kind of went down with do you guys feel like Riddle and Dream could continue on unless Dream gets a call up? Well, I mean, Dream's still got the title, but you never know what can happen with Vince, so
maybe.
Would you like
I don't really see any reason to continue the feud unless they want to hurt Riddle's momentum as a babyface. I think he needs to move on to something else.
What'd you guys think of the match?
Match was fucking awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was again. I mean, trying to follow that tag match, and these two guys did. Isn't it just amazing how in such a short amount of time? I mean, Riddle has not had a ton of matches in the NXT, and dude's a top. I mean, dude could easily compete for that top title already, couldn't he?
Yeah, I can see that.
There's rumblings of him challenging Lesnar somewhere down the line. I mean, maybe once Cormier makes mincemeat of Lesnar and Lesnar comes crawling back, right?
I hope they never let him back.
Yeah, I see DC was calling him out though after he got stomped.
As far as I'm concerned, if he gets his ass beat in August against Cormier, like I think he's going to, and he comes crawling back to Vince, I'm telling you, yeah, you can come back for less money and more dates. And if you don't like it, you can sit your ass at home.
And no fucking titles, right?
Well, if he's coming in for more dates, if he wants to hold a fucking title, fine. But if you're going to be on TV every week, you're going to wrestle on Monday Night Raw. And if you're not interested in that, well, I'm not interested in you.
The man in the front row this year at Takeover for WrestleMania Weekend, none other Then Kushida, who got a tremendous ovation from the crowd. He is a 6-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. I can't wait to see him in NXT, man. There's going to be some good matchups for him there. And it was really cool to see New York, obviously people that traveled from all over the world give him a huge ovation. Next up is the UK title. Pete Dunne has held it for 685 days, taking on the Austrian Walter. And this wasn't a pillow fight, was it, guys?
They beat the shit out of each other.
Yep.
I was, I've never really seen a Walter match at length. Considering this went 25 minutes, I'm pretty impressed with Walter. How about you guys?
Yeah, he's a good big man. I mean, he does what he's supposed to do.
I mean, consider for a lengthy match like that, and for him to still do what he did.
Yeah.
And Dunne sold his ass off. He got the bitter end off, and when Walter kicked out of that, it was no moss for Dunne, right? 685 days. It ends as Walter is now your new United Kingdom Championship. Great tweet. Did you guys see the tweet from Triple H consoling Dunne after the end of that match?
Mm-hmm.
That was a cool tweet. Obviously, a great championship reign. It'll be interesting to see where Dunne goes from here. If he goes to NXT, if he goes to the main roster, if he stays on the UK. I could see any of it, honestly. My guess would be SmackDown, but I could easily see NXT as a permanent home for him as well. So, I think he's done all he can do after holding a title for 685 days. I think he's done all he can do in the UK. I think the UK is in good hands with who they've got now. So I think Dunne's on his way to the States.
I respectfully disagree. I do not think the UK brand is in good hands right now, and I think they need the star power of one Pete Dunne in order to keep that company running right now. I don't foresee him leaving NXT UK anytime soon.
That would make some sense.
Shot at ringside of Edge and Beth Phoenix at ringside, and then next up is the fatal four-way between Shayna Baszler, Kairi Sane, Bianca Belair, and Io Shirai. This one went about 15 minutes long, and I was all waiting for a little standoff between Kairi and Io, but it never really happened, did it? Like they kind of had a stare down, and then they got knocked into each other, didn't they?
Well,
they had a couple brawls.
Yeah, they had a couple of them, but I think it was more so to make them look good as a tag team as well.
Yeah, because you got to think they're probably going to answer the call to the Iconics eventually. I correctly predicted Shayna Baszler retaining because I just didn't see any of these other three women taking it, and it makes we're kind of talking it through on Twitter, and it kind of makes sense. Maybe Candice LeRae's the one to take out Shayna, and we have a husband and wife champion. What do you think, guys?
They're not that smart.
Well, if this was the main roster, I might be inclined to agree with you.
This is NXT, Darryl. Come on, they are that smart. You're not going to give them that. You're not going to give them credit, Darryl. Come on.
Nah, I just think Johnny's going to get called that way before Candice even challenges for the title.
See, I
don't want Johnny called up.
I think Johnny.
I know what you don't want. I don't want it either, but I just think that they'll do it just for shits and giggles.
I think Triple H has said some guys are going to be like career NXT guys, and I think Johnny's one of those career NXT guys. I don't think he gets called up. I think he's going to be in NXT for most of his career. I think he'll be in
They
NXT.
can call him up after Vince goes away.
They can call anybody up after Vince goes away, to be honest. Next up was 2 out of 3 falls. Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole. And tell you what, guys, for this not being Plan A, Plan B sure fucking kicked ass, didn't it?
Yeah.
That third fall was, the energy in the arena was just insane, and we all knew it was going to go to 3 falls, and it's typical booking on a 2 out of 3 falls. The heel gets the first one, and the babyface gets the second one pretty quick, and then the third one is where the money is, and goddamn, it was it was fucking insane, wasn't it? And how about that moment? How about Tommaso Ciampa coming out and hugging Candice and Johnny? You know, I was all for that. I was like, let's put the stories aside and shit. This is real life, and this is a real life moment, and I was happy that they put Ciampa out there. Don't you guys agree?
Yeah, I mean they've been together since day one. I'm talking about living together, hanging together, wrestling together. Yeah.
But nobody knows for 100% certainty if Ciampa's going to be able to return.
Yeah. And he
said who knows how bad the neck injury really is. We don't know, and we've seen neck injuries end so many promising careers well before they should have been ended. So you can't be 100% positive that he's ever returning. So
remember what we talked about last week, or the line the doctor said, Gargano or Ciampa, if he returns to the ring, he's going to be on borrowed time. So it's hard telling, but it's truly a great moment. And so you guys put the official stamp on it. Best takeover of all time, huh?
I stamp it with my hands, my feet, and my forehead.
Wow.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
At the same time, too? Wow.
I'm not that talented.
I loved when the crowd reacted and Johnny goes, he's behind me, isn't he?
I didn't peep that. I gotta go back and look at that.
Yeah, he mouths it to the crowd. He's like, he's behind me, isn't he? And points back to Ciampa.
I got the tweet pulled up here, so I'll send it over to you, Darryl. But we said it, This card was stacked, and sure enough, it delivered, and we weren't surprised. We knew it was going to deliver, and by God, it delivered.
That's funny.
And it went 3 hours and 16 minutes. What? That's the longest takeover ever. They usually go about 2.5, don't they?
Yeah.
Thanks to everybody that voted in our poll for takeover, and wow, 88% of you gave it an A. 88. 8% of you gave it a B. So 96% of you gave it an A or a B, and 4% of you gave it a C, and not a single soul dared to give it a D or F.
You said 4% gave it a what?
A C.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Must have been.
All right, that might have been a late night.
Must have been.
I'm here for all of Darryl's comments tonight.
Must have been Roddy Strong and Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly voting.
Or your coworker that attacked Bret Hart.
I think he was too busy. I think he was too busy on the. Well, wait. Yeah,
that was the night before, dude.
Yeah, he was too busy on the road. Oh, what a
driving with no gas.
Jesus Christ.
Not in his brain, anyway.
Yeah, what a thing to discover at 2 a.m. on Saturday. Wait, that name sounds familiar.
I worked with that dumbass.
Hey, wait. Amateur MMA? Wait a second. All right. Video here. Wait a minute. There's a fucking Nebraska lottery logo in the case. Oh, no way. It's that fucking guy.
Only you, JB. Only you.
WrestleMania 35. That's probably the best kickoff show in the history of 2-hour kickoff shows, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It flew by. I was amazed.
You missed the most important part of the weekend, JB.
What was that? I'm getting to that.
Okay.
I'm covering that and briefly Impact. I'm probably not even
I don't want to take you out of turn. You said and briefly Impact.
No, that's not even. I don't even want to cover that show.
No. I would rather you cover my pedicure. No, don't do that.
We got that stuff in the headlines, so that's coming up. So yeah, don't worry, it's coming up. Don't worry. We're talking WWE here first, and then AEW. Then we'll.
You know, I'm extra excited for that. That was the start of my weekend officially.
I know. I know.
You should have seen the look on his face.
You should have snapped a picture and put it on Twitter.
I really should have.
Yeah.
You
I
should
really
have.
should have.
'Cause
My cell phone battery was like at 6.
Yeah, he did. He didn't have a
When
charger.
that match was done. So I blame all the online videos of that idiot punching Bret.
I can't wait to talk about that. Tell you what. Buddy Murphy, Tony Nese, surprise. I figured they wanted Buddy to break Neville's record, but no, Tony Nese, an OG, a guy that's been there since day one.
New York's finest.
He takes the championship. Again, a good cruiserweight match, right, gentlemen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I mean, a good match, yet it's on the damn kickoff.
I
show.
wasn't. He was home. I mean, usually WWE
WWE usually fucks the people that are in their homes, so I was even more surprised.
Yeah.
I just felt the way that that things were going to be a tad bit different, and I knew they were.
Maybe it was reverse because he's at home, but it's on the kickoff show. So maybe that's so it's reverse.
I mean, technically everybody from New York won.
That's true. Yeah, Staten Island girl won the Battle Royale. I was
from
kind of
Boston.
Oh, that's right. That's right. How you doing? I'm sorry. Kayfabe Staten Island, right?
Kayfabe the Princess of Staten Island.
I was getting kind of stoked that Sarah Logan was going to win that, and I didn't. And then Carmella does the heelish thing by still acting like she's in the thing, right? Well, is in the thing, but I was kind of excited. I was like, oh, this is a surprise. Sarah Logan winning the Battle Royal. This is cool. Granted, they won't do anything with her, but no. Even more of a surprise, Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins. Kurt Hawkins with an inside cradle breaks the 269 loss streak. Woo, 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 and they didn't get screwed on Raw afterwards either, like we thought they would.
For sure they would.
We thought it was going to be Dallas Part 2. How about that? Ryder and Hawkins tag champs, and they're still tag champs as we record tonight.
Matt, how did you feel about them winning?
I was very happy. Not as happy as you were for your boy, but I was very, very happy.
So what was the reaction when
I think it more along the lines as I expected Ryder and Hawkins to win.
Right.
I didn't expect your boy to win.
I did.
Until about 5 minutes with the match left, and I looked over you, and I'm like, he's fucking winning this match.
What was like
I saw the way it was going.
When the hand went down for 3, what was the reaction? What was the instant reaction from Darryl, Matt?
There was no hand down for 3 motherfuckers.
Or when he pulled when he pulled the belt off. I'm sorry.
Just he looked like a 5-year-old boy that just went into the living room where the Christmas tree is on Christmas morning and saw all the presents laid out, and his eyes just light up, and he doesn't know what to go at first. He doesn't know what to do. That was Darryl's face when that championship changed hands on Saturday night.
I think you knew
It was one of the coolest. It was honestly one of the coolest reactions I've ever seen Darryl have at any of wrestling, and we need to watch more wrestling together on television and not the live events.
Did he squeal like a schoolgirl, or was it just a silent smile type of elation?
I don't think there was any squealing, but there was definitely noises of happiness.
I don't know what the hell I did.
I really this makes me really wish I would have had battery in my phone.
Yeah.
Because his reaction was definitely worthy of being recorded.
The Andre the Giant Battle Royal was a complete waste. It was what Matt basically predicted. It was basically the Strowman and SNL show. Strowman wins, though.
Yay.
To the main show, Alexa Bliss comes out.
Can she go away?
Alexa, stop. Yeah, can she go away? Oh, yeah, Matt's happy that she's back in the ring again. And she says she can make a WrestleMania moment with the snap of her fingers, and out comes, hey, brother, let me tell you something, brother. We're at the MetLife
Center, brother.
He did that on purpose.
I don't really think he did.
I think he's trolling us.
He said on purpose.
He said the Silverdome on purpose.
I think he's trolling us.
And then he went to say MetLife Stadium and said MetLife Center. No.
I think he's trolling us.
No, I really don't. He can't remember shit at his age.
I don't know. I'm thinking he's trolling us at this point. Paul Heyman interrupts Hulk Hogan and says, we're going to change the script and the Universal title is going on first. Well, in reality, this match was first anyways. But
in reality, the script was changed. This match was not even scheduled to go on first until 5:30 Sunday evening. That's how late this was decided. As of Sunday morning, Orton and Styles were opening that pay-per-view.
That's what I thought would be.
This was literally decided to open the show during the pre-show.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of how it went down, the pre-match attack, and then basically 2.5 minutes of Lesnar getting jobbed after the bell rang, thanks to the low blow and 3 stomps? What'd you guys think?
You open the show with a bang, you close the show with a bang.
And no light in your face either.
Facts.
I'm gonna talk about that one later. That post was funny as fuck.
Styles and Orton have both commented on it several times this week.
How great was it to see Lesnar just flop like a fish 3 times and take the pin?
Great, fantastic, and exuberant, ecstatic, all those shit.
His best match since the Goldberg match at Survivor Series.
I agree. And the clock, 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Love it. 5 stars. 6 stars. I'm meltering it. 6 stars.
Later, Brock, you part-time bitch.
Later. Jerry the King Lawler introduced for the next match. He's going to be on a lot of guest commentators on this night. I'm still stuck on Sunday, apparently. As Randy Orton and AJ Styles are up next, and
it was a triple threat.
Yeah, against the lights, right?
With the light, yeah.
The lights against AJ Styles. It was God 2.0. This is a WrestleMania-worthy feud, a WrestleMania-worthy matchup, and these guys delivered us a WrestleMania-worthy match, didn't they, guys? You got WrestleWorthy match, right?
WrestleWorthy.
Yes, it was definitely WrestleWorthy. I thought it was really good. These guys work really well together. I thought it was a good match. It sucks to hear Styles is injured now. Hopefully,
do you have any updates? No updates yet on that?
I heard it was either his lower back or something else. It was down to two. It was down to 2 different things, and one of them was his lower back. I can't remember. It might have been hip, maybe, or something along those lines.
It was from carrying those lights.
But yeah, I don't have 100% confirmation of the injury yet. Besides the fact that he unfortunately is injured. So
yeah, I mean, this was this was WrestleMania defined, a great build, 2 iconic wrestlers, and a great match to
iconic.
Thank you. AJ Styles gets the win after 16 minutes there. Lacey Evans makes her way out and makes her way back. More on her later. 4-way dance. What's that?
Can we have less?
4-way dance for the SmackDown Tag Titles. The Usos, The Bar, Nakamura, and Rusev, Ricochet and Black, and they put a lot of action into this for 10 minutes. But you guys a little surprised that the Usos retained?
Nope.
No? Well, you picked it,
I'm
didn't
surprised. This is why the fuck didn't they just put the Hardys in this match and have the titles change on Sunday?
No. Right?
Like, what the fuck was the point of all that?
They must have had. They must have. Okay, I'm jumping into Vince's mind, so be prepared.
Oh, you never.
Hey, I hope you come back.
Vince, in his mind, probably thought we gotta have a couple credible guys that could maybe take Strowman out. Matt and Jeff together could do it. Yeah.
I don't think Vince was that smart enough to think ahead.
Yeah,
probably not.
It's a big negative, sir.
Probably not, but yeah. Good match, fun match, as expected. Sweet Tower Doom's overdone, but that one was pretty sweet. Usos survived that, but do they survive tonight? Nope. The Hall of Fame class comes out. Honky Tonk Man, Harlem Heat, Tori Wilson, The Barber, the Hart Foundation, minus my ex-coworker, Sue Atchison, T-Generation X. X-Pac, get over here. Jesus Christ. And,
Yeah, he almost missed that pose at the end.
Yeah, he
I
did.
know.
Triple H kept looking over, trying
I
not to
know.
break the pose,
Like,
and eventually
bring
he
your
was just
dumb
like,
ass
up
over
here!
here.
You fucking idiot.
Waltman, you son of a bitch! Shane McMahon, Miz, Falls Count Anywhere. Did you guys enjoy the fun of this one?
Yeah.
I love the finishing sequence with the suplex.
It was fun, but the finish made absolutely no sense.
It
Putting-
made sense to me simply because
Well,
I had
it
a
made-
feeling.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I had a feeling that this Mania always has one match that is going to continue a feud after Mania, and I had a feeling this was going to be the one.
Well,
Okay, and it's fine. And it's fine they could look, it's fine they want to continue the feud. It's fine that Shane won, but the finish made no logical sense whatsoever. What reason did the Miz have to not just grab Shane and throw him off the freaking standing that they were on instead of going down with him, hurting himself to take the superplex? It didn't make any sense.
To continue the feud, that's what it was.
They could have continued the feud without doing a stupid finish.
Well, Graves.
And if
Graves had-
and if the feud is continuing with that garbage bullshit we just saw on SmackDown about an hour ago, I don't want to see any more Shane McMahon on my TV.
Graves, had a good explanation. You're not thinking in that moment. He in the heat of things, he just wanted to end Shane right there. So he did it. But
Ended
we'll see.
himself like a dummy.
Yeah,
Dummy.
dummy. Yeah.
There it is.
Let me tell you something, dummy. I need a job.
Oh, he's not going to be unemployed for long. He got himself fired.
I think yeah.
I would have got myself fired too. Shit, fucking Impact.
We'll get into that later.
Themselves fired from that shithole right now.
Women's four-way dance for the tag titles: Boss and Hug, Nia Jackson, Tamina, Iconics, Natty, and Beth. I thought if titles were going to change hands, it would be Natty and Beth, and I was happily surprised that the Iconics came. I did not hate that the Iconics won this match, guys.
No, I didn't hate that the Iconics won either, but I did not think Natty and Beth stood a chance in hell of winning them because
neither.
I don't think Beth's back full time.
Yeah.
I don't. Look, I'd love them to prove me wrong. I'd love Beth to stick around, in the tag team division. But I just don't see that happening.
It doesn't have to be a long. It doesn't have to be a long reign either. Just one run with them, quick run. But I think it's put on a great team, and the way they did it with the stealing of the pin after a big move after the glam slam off the top rope. It was well done, and the Iconics had a tough test on Tuesday, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
Best tag team that Brooklyn has to offer.
Hot damn.
Match of the night next: Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston, for the WWE Championship. This match went almost 25 minutes, and let me tell you something, guys. To harness the energy, it's hard to have a loud crowd in an open stadium with 80,000. It's just hard, the sound escapes, To harness that, to have that energy sustained for that match, just says something that these two had something special going, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was a ride, wasn't it?
It was electric.
Boogie woogie woogie.
Yeah, thank you.
Well,
Thank
we're gonna
you.
get copywritten there. God, what'd you guys think of just the moment? Like I just couldn't.
I shed a tear, dude. Like I said, like I told you guys earlier.
I saw Xavier Ball. I saw Xavier balling when he was unveiling the title, and I'm like, oh, I started losing it.
Yeah, I had to. I as a grown ass man crying because another grown ass man won a damn wrestling title. That meant a lot.
It was real to me, damn it.
It's a beautiful moment.
It was. Man, it was something, wasn't it? I mean.
And then when he got in there and celebrated with his boys, like I got 2 sons too, man. Like that just messed me all the way up.
I think his oldest wants to get in there in about 8 to 10 years.
He'll be there soon.
Yeah. To end it with a well-placed Trouble in Paradise. I mean, that was just well-connected, perfect ending. It was just an amazing. I can't wait to go back and rewatch that match again. Gonna be hard pressed to top this one for match of the year. It's hard to. It's amazing that we're saying this at WrestleMania, ain't it, guys? We don't get matches of the year at WrestleMania too often. We do at takeovers, but I don't remember a WrestleMania having a match of the year in the Lost in the Midcard era. Do you, Matt? Not too many.
I don't know.
Not too many. And I loved it every time Kofi would go on offense. The crowd start chanting yes for offense on Bryan. That was pretty great. It was something, man. And they had the title ready behind the thing there. I mean, I don't know if it gave it away or not. Maybe you could just say, well, it was there to just in case. And then if he loses, then Bryan puts it back in the trash again. You know, I don't know. You play it off that way, or they gave it away by showing that table with a clear belt underneath. I don't know. But it didn't matter. The right guy won. And, man. Did you guys watch that 8-minute post interview afterwards, too?
I sure did.
Yeah. That was sweet. Big E had a present. Inside the present was special New Day Championship T-shirts. Pretty sweet. And so some people in the crowd got some free some free brand new merch. Alexa Bliss talking to Colin Jost and Michael Che in the trainer's room, and a couple of doctors. Doctor? Nash and Hall are your doctors. I don't know if that's going to end.
Hey, yo.
I don't know if that's going to end too well if Nash and Hall are your doctors. Especially if Nash he's got big hands. So, yeah, no. Can you dig it, sucker? Booker T joins commentary for Samoa Joe and Rey Mysterio. Oh! Sorry, Booker. The match you joined went a minute. But, hey, at least Samoa Joe got a WrestleMania win on the main card of WrestleMania for the first time in his career. So, right into that story, right, guys? Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre. This one, it didn't have quite the kick to it for me.
I think this was at the point in the show when fatigue just started to set in.
Could be.
This was go get something to drink. Go get another slice of pizza.
It just didn't have drama.
There was nobody that thought for 1 second that Roman wasn't winning this match.
True.
So there was no anticipation whatsoever. We all knew Roman was winning. I mean, I'm not saying that was a bad thing. But, I mean, it was just a match where, to me, the outcome was never in doubt from the second it was announced. So, it was what it was.
Next up was Elias's WrestleMania concert. They showed Elias playing the drums, then playing the piano, and then playing the guitar. So, the Elias band played a little number. And the crowd started singing Walk with Elias to the tune of Seven Nation Army, so Elias decided to play along with some Seven Nation Army. Well done. And he does his little WWE stands for bit when all of a sudden on the screen we see a video of Babe Ruth. And all of a sudden the Thugonomics song hits and the crowd goes nuts for old school John Cena. I absolutely loved this segment, guys. Of course, I mean, this John Cena was one of my favorite wrestlers 15 years ago. And I thought it was a great segment with these guys. Cena calling him a piece of shih tzu and talking about his golden shovel and talking about his nuts and well, he doesn't have the AA this time. He's got the FU. I love the whole segment. I thought it was a lot of fun, guys. What did you think?
It's good to see the Doctor of Thugonomics back. That's the only time I've liked Cena. Other than that,
I was just blown away at the pop he got.
Yeah, it was the Dr. Thugonomics.
True. But, man, that was so much fun. The Heartbreak Kid joins for the next match. Batista, Triple H. Batista with a Hollywood entrance. I liked that. I liked the old Hollywood entrance. The ring 1, Batista 0. As Batista kind of bit it as he gets into the ring. Sorry there, big guy.
That's what happens when you walk alone.
That's true. When the spotlight's on you.
Yep.
Triple H comes out to a little Mad Max type of deal with a pretty sweet-ass car riding on the back of it. I liked it. This match was... I don't know if I've ever heard the you sick fuck chant in WWE, or it's not often you hear the you sick fuck chant, but we did hear, because some of the stuff Hunter pulled out was pretty insane. That aside, though, pulling out the nose ring and getting the old whatever the channel lock pliers out on the fingers. That aside, this was a great no holds barred match between two legends of the game. I thought it was a very well done match, especially considering Batista hasn't wrestled in forever. I thought this was well done. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I actually thought the match was going to be like okay, but it actually exceeded my expectations, and I wasn't ready for Hunter to retire.
Yeah, I didn't. We all knew better than that, right, Matt?
Yeah, this is another one where the outcome wasn't in doubt.
No,
but I mean, I still enjoyed the match for what it was.
I really loved Ric Flair playing a part in it too. At the end, I thought that was cool. Batista had the original sledgehammer that Triple H had introduced into the match, and Ric Flair shows up from the crowd and hands Triple H the other sledgehammer, and it basically hit Batista with a Superman sledgehammer, right?
Super sledge.
And then hit the pedigree. 25 minutes, very good, fun stuff there. Batista afterwards announced his retirement from wrestling. We'll get into that later on.
Not sure why they didn't just make it that both men's careers were on the line.
That'd have been more interesting.
Just didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me that the way that,
because we all knew this was
for him to announce his retirement afterwards. Like, why didn't you just do career versus career?
Yeah, you know, we all knew this was his swan song. So
whatever.
We got a little segment with the B team and Miss Bliss, and just so we can get Ron Simmons in there to say, "Damn!" And just like clockwork, we segue to JBL, who still has me blocked on Twitter. He guest commentated for the Kurt Angle match against Baron Corbin. Went about 6 minutes. It was better than some of his other matches, but obviously Kurt is just can't go. That's why he's retiring when he is. And Bully Ray said it best on Twitter in regards to him going out looking at the lights, but I still think it was afterwards I thought it was a good moment where he got on the mic and everything else, and one more playing the music, "You Suck." I thought it was still a great moment for Angle. Don't you guys agree?
We better look up at the lights to someone who deserves it.
Correct.
There were like rumblings that Cena was going to be added as the guest referee.
Yeah, that was discussed.
Yeah. Also, that was legit discussed. Like,
yes, it was legit discussed, and if that was they were going to do that, Taker was going to be the guy who unearthed Elias.
Next person to interrupt me is a dead man. But props to Angle. Brilliant 20-year career, one of the best of all time. Much like Ronda Rousey, picked it up as quickly as anybody has ever done in the business, and now he's going to be working for the WWE behind the scenes. So he'll still be around with us here. So next up, the Demon. Oh, we missed the Demon. Great entrance, wasn't it, guys?
Per usual.
And this went the way it should have. Demon whooped Lashley's ass in 4 minutes. Bliss came out and said they set the attendance record.
For them, whoop-de-doo, you've only been there twice.
Yeah. Yeah, and it'll be broken again the next time they come back.
We topped what we did the last time in 29. Hooray! Woo!
Then we got a longer than 7
You say
second
that Cena and The Rock didn't draw
yeah, that
after
too.
we had it in the main event of WrestleMania the year before? Who the fucking thought it?
Woo!
Once in a lifetime to never happen again until next year when we do it again, and then the year after that.
Woo!
And then we got a longer than 7 second dance break, followed by the main event. I like Charlotte's entrance. That was pretty damn cool. It had to have been live. That wasn't. I don't think that was not taped. I thought that was pretty damn cool. It was unique. Her flying in on a helicopter, just like old Daddy. But Rick says that now she is no longer Ric Flair's daughter. He is Charlotte Flair's dad. And of course, as we knew, Joan Jett, the Blackhearts, played a bad reputation for Ronda Rousey as she came out. And the man, she didn't need any of that fancy shit, did she?
Nope, she just had some smoke. That was it.
She didn't give no fucks.
No fucks. Well, everybody got a little pyro because it's WrestleMania, baby. Ending aside, we'll talk about the ending on its own. But ending aside, main event, first main event for women, WrestleMania. It delivered, right, guys?
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
I enjoyed the match, and my only issue is I was fucking exhausted by the time we got to it.
Well, that was because it was like hour 10.
Yeah.
WrestleMania started like at breakfast time. Shit.
All right, the ending. The ending is basically kind of a roll-up with Ronda getting pinned, and it looked like her shoulder got up, but ref didn't see it, whatnot. Lots of confusion. Did Vince call this on the fly? Did the ref fuck it up? Did somebody fuck it up? Apparently, according to sources, this is the plan to set up Lynch and Ronda way down the line. So
I'm going to bitch slap you right alongside your head, JB.
Dun dun dun.
Why the fuck are you even giving any credit to Justin Barrasso's report?
No, this
was not the plan. Ronda's shoulder wasn't supposed to be up. Fightful confirmed. This was the finish.
Yeah, this was the
but
finish.
But Ronda's shoulders were supposed to be down.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant this was supposed to be
and
the finish, the roll-up.
This was not set up to for a rematch down the line. Like, that's not what it was done. The referee actually got fined by Vince for his fuck-up. Well, so Vince didn't call an audible. This was the finish. Ronda fucked up. The ref fucked up. Shit happens. This was not done for a rematch for the two of these in Tampa next year, or any of that bullshit. Justin Barrasso is the worst news with a Z reporter on the internet.
Well, I thought that
I think Meltzer might have more credible sources than him.
That might. I thought that was Fightful that said that about the setup.
No, that was fucking Barrasso.
Oh, okay.
I guess he told you.
Why have
Barrasso, dude? Every time I see an article by him, I want to pull my fucking hair out.
Why have this as the finish and not a tap out?
It was discussed internally within the company on whether to tap Rousey out or have her pinned. It was 50-50.
Yeah, it kind of looks better if she just gets pinned and tap out.
They decided to protect Ronda with a pinfall other than a tap out. That was basically what it came down to. There was a 50-50 booking back and forth. They couldn't figure out what way to go, and they ended up going with the pinfall to protect Ronda. That's all it was. Both endings with Becky and Ronda were discussed.
What harm would it have done to have Becky tap out Charlotte?
That would have been awful. Because nobody wanted to see Becky. No one wanted to see Charlotte in the match to begin with.
Right.
So you have Becky tap out Charlotte. Becky wins both titles. Ronda gets off scot-free and then disappears from television afterwards.
Makes no sense at all.
Yeah, dude. If they would have had to finish with Becky beating Charlotte, people would have been fucking pissed.
It just made more sense. I mean, like you said, Matt. Like everybody wanted to see Becky and Ronda from the jump.
Yep. That's the match people wanted. People didn't want Charlotte and Ronda 1-on-1. We already got it. We had it at Survivor Series.
Right. So you were going to see it already. You were already going to see Becky pin Ronda anyway, if it was just them two. So
yeah, it would have been 1-on-1. Yeah, the finish would have been the same.
Yeah.
So on top of a 2-hour pre-show, this WrestleMania ran 5 hours 24 minutes. Woo.
My life.
But I again, in the loss to the mid-card era, I think this is the highest rated polled WrestleMania in history. We took to Twitter after the man took the titles, took them all, and 68% of you gave WrestleMania an A, while almost split down the middle for everybody else. 11% B, 11% C, 10% D. That sounds about right, Matt. 68% is probably about the highest Mania score we've ever had.
Well, I think it was the best Mania since 30. So
Yeah,
I thought they did a really good show. And look, I've been saying this for months on this show, and anybody that has listened to me say this time and time again knows what I'm about to say. This was the one WrestleMania with All Elite Wrestling on the horizon that Vince could not afford to do his stupid ass gimmicks of pissing the fans off to end the show. He had to make sure he made his fan base that attended that show and watched the show happy. So that's why we got Seth, Kofi, and Becky. If AEW wasn't happening this year, I guarantee you we wouldn't have gotten all three, because Vince would have felt like he could just do whatever the fuck he wants. Yep. But right now he's going out of his way to try to make his audience happy. And look, he didn't do a great job on Monday and Tuesday, as far as I'm concerned, but he succeeded on Sunday. And on a WrestleMania weekend, that should be what counts to begin with, because we've gone through way too many WrestleManias as of late where Mania sucked, but the Raw the night after was awesome. I'd rather have it the other way around. Yes. I'd rather have WrestleMania is what was awesome and Raw was just okay the next night. Yes. But that's just me.
Yeah. Being the Elite this week, titled Pissant, and
which really annoyed me.
Why is that?
Because I thought they were actually going to respond to it.
Yeah, and they did.
And I watched the entire fucking episode, and I'm just like, you didn't even fucking comment on it. What was the point of calling that your episode if you didn't fucking even talk about it? I was honestly, I was really annoyed. This is the first episode of Being the Elite where it ended, and I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? I was really pissed off.
Yeah, talking about Triple H talking to Billy Gunn, calling it working for a pissant company, or pissant little company or something like that.
I mean, last time I checked, Tony Khan had more money than Vince McMahon, but...
Ooh!
I digress.
The Bucks and Kenny are outside the United Center in Chicago, and Bucks making fun of Kenny for not knowing his basketball. Poor Kenny. So this week's Being the Elite, entitled Pissant. We start with Brandy and MJF. MJF getting a little cocky now because he thinks that he and Cody are on the old same page. And so he starts talking shit to Brandy, and she steps up to him and kind of surprised MJF as well, too. Is everybody in this house insane? Yes, I think so. And then
why the fuck not?
And then MJF throws old Michael in the old pool. SCU, they're freezing their asses off like most of the crowd in New York City. I heard from some people it was cold as fuck, Matt. So just like you had to endure when you were up there.
It didn't look nearly as cold.
It didn't look cold.
I can't comment on that honestly because I wasn't there. But I mean, compared to when I was there, it didn't look cold.
Sammy Guevara thought he could be best friends with Cody, but that was a pretty funny exchange between Cody and Sammy, wasn't it? A lot of F-bombs flying on that one.
Man, Mick Foley, did you seriously not get the joke?
What happened?
You know that picture going around with Angle greeting his family in the crowd and somebody imposed Jason Jordan? Mick Foley retweets the photo and says, "Go ahead, try not to smile as Kurt Angle greets his children after his final match." I'm like, Mick, really?
Look in the crowd.
Do you not? Oh, come on, Mick.
Do you not see the Photoshop, Mick?
Mick. I'm retweeting this on the Lost in the Midcard Twitter because it's just so ridiculous.
Oh, Mick's getting it from the internet right now. You know he is.
Too many times dropped on his fucking head.
First reply is especially Jason Jordan.
Damn
Damn Mick.
We go to Rise, where Kylie Ray is getting beat down by some women, and Britt Baker, Brandy Rhodes, and Nyla Rose make the save. Why are there no ropes in Rise?
There are. You
So
just
I would
can't
never
see
attend.
them.
Oh, they're invisible ropes. Okay.
They're invisible ropes.
Look, unless John Cena's in charge of that promotion, look, I don't think anybody should be wrestling inside a wrestling ring with no fucking ropes. I think that's dumb.
That's freaky. Then Nyla and Kylie get into it where they have to be separated by Britt and Brandy and a few more people. Of course, so we got the triple threat at Double or Nothing with the Doctor, along with Smiley Kylie and Nyla.
I'm honestly kind of annoyed at this point that this is the match we're getting because they've signed so much better women since this match was announced. I'm like, this isn't the match I want, like at all. Like, just come on, guys.
You don't want to see this?
No, not really, because they rushed to get this match announced, and now you signed that girl from Japan today. I'd much rather see her work at Double or Nothing than see that. They signed God, I know I'm gonna butcher her name.
I got it here somewhere. I was gonna talk about it in headlines.
Hikaru Shida. I think I'm getting it right. I don't know, but she's fantastic. That's a huge signing for AEW, and like I'd much rather see her at Double or Nothing than see that triple threat match.
Hey,
like I feel like they were
say her name again, Matt.
Are you fucking kidding me? Why? I
just want to hear you butcher her name again.
Did I really butcher? Was it that bad?
No, it's not too bad. It's Hikaru Shida.
Okay, so I was really close.
Yeah, you weren't bad.
Shida.
Yeah,
I was really close.
Where's she from? What promotion is she from?
That I don't know.
I mean, she's with All Elite Wrestling now, so what's that matter?
There it is.
Yeah, where's she from? It don't matter because we know where she's
Japan.
going.
Hikaru.
Promotion. Brandy Rhodes is in the break room with Justin Roberts, and she tells Justin, "This could be your office. Practice as you will." Cody walks in to get some coffee, and Justin Roberts introduces him. Cody gives him a high five. Then he starts introducing the Michael dude, and then follows him into the bathroom. That was a little scary, but it's good to hear the old.
I'd rather have a weekly segment on being the Elite with Justin Roberts announcing people than seeing another segment about Michael Nakazawa.
Michael Nakazawa. Yeah, Justin Roberts is he's fast becoming my favorite on.
And I loved that he said Rhodes. I don't know if that was a sign of things to come.
I didn't even think about
Double or Nothing, but I absolutely said the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and I'm just like, oh snap! Shit. Is that a hint to something that we don't know?
Cody filed those trademarks.
Yeah, but I didn't hear anything about him filing a trademark for the name Rhodes.
I thought that was on the list too.
That I didn't hear. And look, that's cool.
I may be wrong.
So
I didn't even catch that. Holy shit.
Yep.
They showed the interview of the panel of the Bucks and Kenny from C2E2. Hangman Page is going through his mail in the car when there's a note.
The fuck was this anyway?
I don't know.
When can you get a DVD in your
play to your phone,
and all of a sudden plays on your cell phone?
I know, that was weird.
That was so freaking weird.
But apparently Pac has some hidden cameras installed in Hangman's home.
Pac better just worry about getting his visa situation figured out instead of stalking Adam Page.
Watching him lick Lay's potato chips. He wasn't even eating them; he was licking them. So
it's weird.
three-way call between the Bucks and Kenny as Kenny unleashes his idea for the Fighter Festival, which makes fun of the Fire Festival, which it makes me laugh even more because I watched both documentaries on the fire, the disaster that was the Fire Festival. I watched both of those last weekend. Are you guys familiar with that at all?
I'm honestly not.
I'm not.
Yeah, please fill us in, JB, because I don't get the whole running joke at all because I'm not really familiar with it. So,
back in about 2 years ago, there was supposed to be this lavish party, and this was your chance. If you had money, this was your chance to party with models and celebrities on yachts and fancy houses on this private island that was owned by Pablo Escobar. Well, it turned out to be all a big scam by this guy. This guy was like known for running scams, but he partnered up with Ja Rule, and they shot this video, this hype video, and they got a bunch of models to tweet out an orange colored tile, and with like hashtag Fire Festival or something like that, and that's how the word got spread, was from these models, because they noticed that, oh, what do you do on Instagram? You scroll through all these pictures. You're scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come across like a flat colored tile, you might stop on it. And so at the same time, all these models posted this burnt orange colored tile, and that kind of started all the promotion. And all the then like they paid Kendall Jenner. I think they paid her $250,000 for one Instagram post.
What the fuck?
And this was going to take place in the Bahamas, and he had claimed he had bought the private island that was once owned by Pablo Escobar, but they were told to strictly not use Pablo Escobar's name in advertising. Guess what they did? They used Pablo Escobar's name in advertising, so they couldn't. The sale was void. So then he had to move it to a more like, well, here's the thing though, there was no infrastructure on this island, so there's like no way they could have pulled this off. This is a thing that takes 2 years to plan, and they're trying to put this festival together in 6 months. It's like a music festival with partying with models and all this shit, and so they move it to this like edge. It's like a gravel pit. It was like a gravel pit that was under construction off a Sandals resort.
What the fuck?
And so here's the funny part was, well, who is this targeting? This is targeting rich privileged millennial kids. And so all these rich kids are all hyped up. A lot of them are these influencers, like these so-called celebrities on social media, and they were all hyping on their channels, hyping about going to the Fire Festival, and they even showed them their videos of their hyping it, as they're going to the airport and all this shit. Well, the first red flag, they get to the they get to the Bahamas, and they all get jettisoned into a school bus. Oh, this is supposed to be this big lavish yachts partying with models shit. You're in a school bus. All right, they pull up to the site. All these villas that they promised, like these fancy villas with beds and stuff, they're fucking FEMA tents.
Wow.
Half of the houses they promised, like you could buy a house, you could buy a package with that house, and it was like maybe $100,000 or whatever, and have a private house. And like half of those, they had to turn the keys in because they didn't have enough money. The guy, he kept running out of money, and basically he kept another big scam. All the people that were signed up to go to this Fire Festival, like literally a week in advance, they would send messages to these guests urging them to put cash, saying it's a cashless event, and put cash on their bracelet ahead of time. Basically, he needed the cash to pay off a loan shark. And
oh Lord.
Basically, this guy would create have a problem and then make a bigger fucking problem to fix the smaller problem. And in the end, he ended up.
He didn't turn up missing.
He got wire fraud. He was on probation or he was on bail for this. And he started another scheme, a ticket scheme, with another guy, and got caught and ended up going to prison for 6 years on a wire fraud for something he got caught doing while he was on bail for this fire fraud thing.
Jesus Christ.
So there's 2 documentaries. There's one on Netflix. The one on Netflix is more about the festival itself, and there's one on Hulu, which is more about the guy himself. Because actually, interview the guy. He sits down and does an interview a year and a half or so after the fact, and it's an interesting fucking story. So I had no idea watching Being the Elite last week that's what Kenny was watching.
I had no idea either. Like I said, it didn't make any sense to me. I didn't understand what he was watching.
And then as I'm watching these documentaries last week, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, this is what Kenny was watching. And they said, well, yeah, so they promised this party for thousands of people, and they had all these bands. I think they had Blink-182, I think Migos, I'm trying to think of a DJ Laser, I think the Good Family. And basically, I think the day before, Blink-182 pulled out. And then all the other music, they all realized this is a sham, and they all pulled out too. And it's worth watching. It's an interesting fucking story, guys. So the Fighter Festival that Kenny Omega's making fun of, that the trailer popped out for on the Nightmare Family account today, that is all making fun of the Fire Festival that failed 2 years ago. So
why are they doing one? I mean, clearly it's not going to be as expansive as this ridiculous thing was.
No, they're actually just doing. It's the same thing with that CEO gaming thing. They're going to do a show like that Saturday night with all Elite Wrestling.
They already claimed that all this stuff's. Well, here's one thing. They say everything's already sold out.
Yeah, but that's the running joke.
Because that's what he did. He said everything's all sold out, so you got to buy all the expensive $250,000 packages and shit now.
Yeah.
All the general admission stuff sold out because it's quite the fucking story, guys. So yeah, I definitely suggest watching it. It's really fucking interesting.
I feel like AEW could be doing things better with their time than what I just heard.
It's funny. It's a funny parody.
I guess
it's a parody. It's a parody.
Well, at least you get a wrestling show in Daytona Beach.
Yeah, all it is a parody. So. All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Those are interesting elephants.
Mm-hmm.
So the screen went dark during Bret Hart's acceptance speech as him and Natalia were accepting the Hart Foundation's Hall of Fame.
Did it really go dark live?
Yep.
Okay.
And then it came back and Bret finished his speech.
Yeah, if you don't have the internet, you didn't get to really see the footage. That footage was never actually shown on the network.
No, they edited it out. Like Bret said something, and then next thing you know, you see him talking with his hair like out of his ponytail.
Well, I mean, what you see on the network, at least what I saw Saturday night, because I watched it Saturday night when I got home after watching the G1 with you. Bret and Natty are talking at the podium, and you see the guy jump in the ring, and as soon as he touches Bret, the screen goes black.
Right.
And then it goes to the crowd. And
well, yeah, that's what I showed you. That's what I showed you at the house.
Yeah, and it basically, it was still that Saturday night. And then Drake Maverick got on the podium, and it's like, forget about that guy. We're going to continue with the speech. And they brought Bret and Natty back up, and they just continued on with the gimmick. But nothing was better than Dash Wilder punching that dude in the fucking face.
I don't know. Travis Brown beating the dog shit out of him was fucking funny as hell.
No, it would have been better if he would have been face up instead of face down. Marino Menounos said on Busted Open today that he was face down. And if he would have been face up, she said that Davey Boy was saying backstage that he wanted to bite his nose off. So
Davey Boy with his gold pants and shoes.
It was pretty telling how badass Travis Brown is because he beat all of security into the ring. I think Shane McMahon was one of the first people into the ring.
What did I say, Matt?
Yeah, fucking Shane.
Shane was the first person in the ring.
What a story. And then as they're escorting him out of the ring, Dash Wilder pops him a good one. So about 2 a.m, I'm about 1 a.m. It might have been 1 a.m. It turned into 2 a.m. after I found out, but I'm reading Fightful. Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful, good source for wrestling, by the way, and MMA for that matter, has this kind of tied into both worlds here. Before that, WWE had issued a statement to PW Insider. An over-exuberant fan, I wouldn't call him over-exuberant, I'd call him a few other things, surpassed our security at ringside, made his way briefly into the ring. The individual has been turned over to the proper authorities. I've got more updates there in just a minute, but so 1 a.m. All right, I see the guy's name. Sean from Fightful goes confirms the guy's name is Zach Madsen. I'm like, okay. Think nothing of it. I mean, I know a Zach Madsen. I used to work with him. All right, think nothing of it. The next tweet is, he is an amateur MMA fighter. I'm like, wait a minute. I know that Zach started an MMA career recently. Okay. And here is a video of his last fight from about a year ago. And I'm sitting there watching it, and sure enough, in the cage is a Nebraska lottery logo. And I'm like, oh, fuck, this is the guy I used to work with. Not like just work in the same company. We were on the same fucking team. I worked with this guy for about a year. I've probably gone out and had some, we had a lot of the same friends, and so I've probably had some beers with the guy. I hadn't seen him probably in several months. It's been several months. Obviously, went off the deep end, but I would say he was a kind of a friend of mine, but not a close friend at all. But I would see him out at a bar every once in a while, and obviously we worked on the same team for like a year. And it's like, you never, I didn't think you never think he would be like this crazy. Well, I talked to some coworkers at 2 a.m. because as this shit's breaking and we all realize who this is, and the coworkers told me, well, yeah, over the past year he's gotten into some drugs, and then got arrested for stalking an MMA fighter, and I got some details on that coming up, but I was like, how in the hell does something like this happen in the wrestling world? And it's like a guy that you literally worked with on the same fucking team for like a year. And this was like a year ago. He quit. I think he quit Allstate about a year ago. It's like, what are the fucking odds, guys?
Small world, dude.
Ridiculously small.
All right, let's that's the background of me and this idiot. Let's get to some updates. CBS News in New York City confirmed that Zach Madsen, the individual accused of attacking, well, not accused, he did attack Bret Hart, is held at the 78th Precinct in Brooklyn. I bet that's a nice little joint. Charged with 2 counts of assault as well as trespassing. CBS has reported a security guard received minor injuries within the melee sparked when Madsen charged to the wrestling ring. Number of pro wrestling personalities, including New Day, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, Davey Boy Smith Jr., and Travis Brown, descended upon Madsen within seconds. And, of course, that knockout kind of guy, Dash Wilder. Did you see the interview after the Hall of Fame of the Revival?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a knockout kind of guy. He was arrested on January 5th of this year in Lincoln, Nebraska, where I live. Charged with stalking. No word where that case currently stands. He was an amateur MMA fighter, hadn't fought since March of last year. He started out 2-0, got choked out in March of 2018. If you've gone to his Twitter, some very weird ass fucking tweets.
Drugs.
Yeah, and that's my coworkers had confirmed that he's been into drugs. Let's see if there's anything new here in this article. Nothing new here. All right, nothing else new there. And then local news here in Lincoln. Did a piece on it yesterday, talking about it. Noted that Hart was treated at a local hospital for pain and stiffness at his hip. Security guard was kicked in the ribs, treated and released. There was concern at the time for Natalya, who was knocked down, but she worked WrestleMania as planned. 2 counts of third-degree assault, 1 count of third-degree criminal trespassing, and interfering with a sporting event. He told authorities it was the right time.
The right time for what?
I don't know. Drugs told him that, I guess. He said it was the right time.
Dude, that had been like pills or...
And none of his tweets were directed at Hart. They were like, he was pissed off that the women were main eventing, and it's something that Daniel Bryan... drugs. Hello. Drugs are bad.
Okay. Drugs, okay. Don't smoke the marijuana, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had the rest in January against the number 1 MMA fighter in Nebraska. Took a protection order. The dude, I guess, followed him all around the city, and I've heard some stories about that.
What, he wanted to fight him in his backyard or something?
I don't know. I guess I've heard he would follow him to the gym. He would throw a drink in his face, just stupid shit, And
How old was this guy, man?
26.
Jesus Christ.
The fighter, the fighter that took the order compared to Madsen as a mass shooter. Mike Johnson, a PW Insider, also reported yesterday afternoon that he is set for court on Friday, April 12th.
Throw him under the jail.
He's incarcerated in Brooklyn Detention Complex. No one has paid the $750 bail or $1,500 bond to secure his release.
Hold on. His bail is $750.
Yeah, and nobody's paid it.
Sheesh.
Yeah, from the sounds of things, he's probably can't afford it. So.
Okay. Should have kept his job with Allstate.
Yeah, I know, because I heard he's working at some restaurant after he quit Allstate.
Oh, he definitely doesn't have $750.
No, he tried to make it as an MMA fighter and started out he started out 2-0 and then got choked out. I think maybe when he got choked out, it's when he went downhill. I don't know.
Should have stayed out.
So as I said, charged with 2 counts of assault in the third degree, trespassing. In New York, assault in the third degree is a misdemeanor and can be punishable with up to a year in jail per count should he be found guilty. A lot of the same news I've already covered after that. Bret Hart posted on his Facebook page last night, "What a wild weekend, to say the least. First of all, I want to thank the WWE for not only the Hall of Fame honor for myself and Jim the Anvil Neidhart, but for the hospitality, my family and friends. Regarding the ceremony, firstly, I want to let everyone know I'm okay and was not injured. If there's one thing I want to take from the Hall of Fame ceremony is not much what happened, but how I wasn't going to let anything stop me from completing my tribute to my best friend and our team. I'm also glad I was joined by Natty and Beth for their WrestleMania moment. Thank you to everyone for their kind thoughts and words."
Jesus Christ.
I'm just fucking blown away at that.
Dude, the first thing that me and Matt said, when Matt told me, I'm like, why do you attack Bret Hart? What did he ever do to you? What was your purpose? And the first thing I told Matt was drugs.
Yeah, and a coworker confirmed that he'd gotten into drugs over the past year. So
fucking druggy.
Jesus. And didn't you wear a Rastafarian hat with fake dreadlocks? I'm offended.
At least he didn't have blackface on.
Oh, I would have went up there and dogged the shit out of him.
What do you mean, we people? Little Tropic Thunder there for you.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just fucking blown away, man. It's like New York City, WrestleMania weekend, and a guy...
Saturday was weird, dude.
And a guy from Lincoln does this, and it's a guy that I used to closely worked with, for like a year.
Me and Matt looked at each other and said, yo, Saturday from us getting into the house and cutting on a G1 until that shit happened, until late on at night, we both looked at each other and said, yo, Saturday was weird as fuck.
It's true.
What else was weird about Saturday, outside of the winner of the ladder match?
I forgot what else happened. Oh, the beautiful people.
Oh, yeah. Manny Leon apparently joining the beautiful people, huh?
Flip giving the swerve on it to everybody.
Yeah, he's okay, huh?
Yeah, Enzo and Cass.
How you doing?
It was just a weird Saturday, man. I wasn't prepared for any of it, except for Matt Taven. But
how about Liger lasting to the end of the Honor Rumble?
Liger and Muda, dude.
Muda, yeah, Muda was.
I love Muda.
What'd you guys think of Cobb and Ospreay?
Oh, that was a good match.
It's a good way to start the show.
Yeah.
Did you guys make any sense out of all this winner take all stuff?
The only thing that I can take from it was,
well, I guess there was only two winner take alls.
I think like that. The only thing that I can try to bring some type of logic to it is, like I said, when I told you guys God was going to win, then they've been trying to get back to the States. Like, who's actually going to be in Ring of Honor? And Ring of Honor was just pulling off all the stops on Saturday just to make sure they can compete.
What was up with Roosh beat Castle in 15 seconds?
Beat the dog shit out of him. Good.
Is Castle hurt and finally going to take some time off, or?
No, he beat the shit out of the boys right after it.
Oh.
Full heel turn.
Oh, look, Kelly Klein won the title. Yay.
And here comes Velvel.
I bet Bully Ray had a great look on his face when Flip Gordon came out.
Well, you should have saw a look on Matt's face when Mandy Leon turned heel too.
I was very happy.
You're giddy.
I'm just fucking happy they're finally going to use her.
I was just happy that with the dress she had on, her butt looked bigger.
Woo. Dude, she hit a DDT in high heels. It was awesome.
IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Did you guys like that triple threat? Dragon Lee winning it.
That was a pretty good match, man.
Will God bring you back to ROH, Matt?
No, Mandy Leon's going to bring him back to ROH.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's true. Was Tanahashi and Sabre pretty damn good?
I was upstairs. You got something to speak on that one, Matt.
Which one?
Sabre and Tanahashi.
He was all right.
But you got to think, though,
I'll be honest, I really wasn't paying a lot of attention to it.
Pretty happy with Ibushi's biggest moment in New Japan?
I didn't like who he beat, but I was happy with it. You know what?
You know what? Wait a minute.
Look, you can't have it all, motherfucker. You got your Taven moment.
All right, we're gonna skip. Hold on. We're gonna skip the second to last match. We're gonna go. I bet you guys are happy with Jay White getting beat by Okada.
We both were. It was so, dude. We started late because we were grabbing food. So like when we started, like Ring of Honor doesn't have that thing that the WWE network has two separate streams for their pre-show and their regular show. Mm-hmm. So when we cut it on, we're sitting there watching a women's match, and it wasn't until I realized, I'm like, hold on, I forgot if I looked at a tweet or something. I saw a tweet, and I looked down like something's not right. And as soon as I was like, we're behind Matt, and so we started late. But after the Ring of Honor title match, right during the Ring of Honor title, Matt looks at me and says, I know neither one of us don't give a fuck about Jay White and Okada. So after this match, can we make sure it's live? Because we don't give a fuck too much about what's going on. And sure enough, we did.
It went 33 minutes too. So
Yeah, I think we knocked out maybe 15
We
minutes.
knocked out the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right when we got the live, it was like they did the 10 minutes gone.
which
I'm
is
like,
always
thank God.
which is
Yeah.
always slow as fuck, anyways. So
We already knew who was gonna. I already knew the result of the match. It was one of those it was like Roman and Drew, as far as I was concerned. I already knew the result of the match before the bell even rang. So I just didn't care. So
how quality wise, how good was the ROH World Title match, triple threat ladder for Lethal, Scroll, and Taven? I know Darryl's thoughts, but Matt, what was your thoughts on the match itself?
I thought the match was really good.
Well deserved for Taven.
Yes.
Matt, well deserved for Taven.
I wanted Marty to win.
Yeah.
You,
Hey, but
you knew
I
Marty
thi-
wasn't going to win.
I thought
Taven,
Lethal was gonna win, but I wanted Marty to win.
I think Taven's a worthy world champion though for ROH.
Thank you.
I agree. I've watched enough ROH to believe that. I haven't watched it lately, but
He deserves it, dude. Like, in the history, as long as I've been watching Ring of Honor, they give the opportunity to the hardest worker. And that was even when Jay Lethal won his first title when he was the TV champ. Taven's worked his ass off to come back from that, blowing his knee out from about 3-4 years ago to be where he is right now. And he's one of the biggest heels in wrestling right now. Why not give it to him? Why not?
why not?
I'm tired of, honestly, I love Jay Lethal. Don't get me wrong. I love Jay Lethal. But I'm tired of watching him with the belt.
Now he's got to hold it long enough for you to do a meet and greet with him with the title.
Dude, that's if I can find a way to get to ROH, because they just came here last shit.
How often?
At
do
the
they come
March.
out?
Yeah,
About a week-
they
about a
were
week ago.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, yeah.
Is it twice a year or a little more than that?
They try to make it twice a year. I mean, but I go to the 2300 arena too. So I mean, I would go up there just for that.
Some notes. Well, first, before I get into the notes from the event, what did you guys think of the atmosphere at MSG and everything?
It was cool. Like if Ring of Honor New Japan can get a better production team, they'll be fine.
What was wrong?
Camera angles, focusing on the wrong shit. You could just tell that it wasn't.
Usual ROH shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
To be fair, Kevin Dunn does a lot of the same shit.
Kevin Dunn likes to fucking do.
Kevin Dunn is shit.
That's why.
It's true.
That's why we make him a noun. Or a verb. Ring of Honor management was absolutely thrilled with G1 Supercard, over 15,000 in attendance. AAA's Dorian Rodan and Impact Wrestling's Ed Nordholm were in attendance as well, sitting in a private suite. The Great Muta surprise had been planned since early February by ROH officials. The moment where Muta and Liga squared off was, I bet that was badass, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. As we watched in the McDonald's drive-thru.
On the phone.
Yeah.
Tony Schiavone was in attendance as well. Tight security, as no one, even former ROH wrestlers or staff, were allowed backstage unless they were actually performing on the show. Merchandise lines were long. Practically had one booth, right?
I don't know.
And Enzo now spells his name Enzio, and put out hashtag still certified. Did Cass lose a little weight? I remember that one photo. You looked a little.
Didn't get a good enough shot at him to tell you.
From what I heard, like he been that Taco Bell for the past 3 months.
Wow.
Congratulations to our favorite broski, Zack Ryder, as over WrestleMania weekend he popped the question to Chelsea Green, and she said, "Oh yeah." Pretty cool video too.
As she chugs down the wine bottle, I'm so proud of her.
She's the lunatic lush, so I would expect nothing less. During the promotion for WrestleMania 35, Triple H appeared on Fox Sports 1 and said, that Fox Sports 1 is going to carry a weekly talk show on Tuesday centered around the WWE because, well, you know, got to put something on Tuesday. Oh, wait, yeah, AEW. That's going to be on Tuesday.
Where are they taking it back to? What was the show like back in the day? Like where Vince would sit like
Tuesday
a late
Night
night.
Titans.
Titans.
Yeah, what are they trying to do that shit again?
No, I think they're.
It's going to be a lot more professional on Fox Sports.
I think it's gonna be it's gonna be like Sports Center.
So it's not. I think
Coach is gonna be in charge of it. To be perfectly honest,
it's gonna be a recap of the past week, don't you think?
Yeah, I'll take that. I like
it's
Coach.
It's gonna be a recap of the past week. Maybe have some interviews. I'm assuming
it's gonna be like Sports Center, but all WWE.
Exactly. Former ECW General Manager and Urban Wrestling Federation owner Steve Carell is now investing in Combat Zone Wrestling and will become involved in overseeing the promotion going forward, according to Mike Johnson at PW Insider. The official announcement is forthcoming, but all sides have come to an agreement while they were in New York City. So CZW is now going to be under new ownership, or new leadership, I should say. Yeah. Hey, Matt, WWE's hiring. They're looking for a director of road production. Are you enthusiastic? Are you a detailed-oriented director? Road production wants to work with you. WWE's Advanced Media Group. This position will report to the senior director and oversee a small team of road producers. Go for it. They're also looking for a road video producer, a road production assistant, a social media producer. Isn't that what Cornell does?
He works. He runs the WWE PC YouTube account.
Would that be a social media producer? Would that be the title?
I don't think so.
Were we talking about it on Saturday, Matt, about me applying for the social media manager?
I don't remember.
And there's a social media manager job available as well.
Yep.
WWE's hiring. WWE's hiring, everybody.
Yeah, I'm not going to Connecticut. I'm good.
Yeah, I get enough snow in Nebraska. MLW has secured a television deal with the United Kingdom and Ireland. Major League Wrestling announced that Free Sports TV from Premier Media has agreed to carry the Fusion TV series across Great Britain and Ireland. So MLW continuing to expand. It's a great little promotion there, and we'll talk about their battle right here in a little bit. Darby Allin has departed with Evolve and has now become a free agent, and there is talk that he's also trying to actively get out of his WWN contract as well. Would you see a guy like Allin be NXT bound?
I have no idea who he is. I've only heard his name. I've never seen him work.
His name sounds familiar. I have to see. I gotta put a name with a face.
Hey, I don't know if he'd be NXT bound or not, though. It was official on April 5th. William Regal, Triple H put the pen to paper with Kushida. Can't wait to see him in NXT. Very interesting name was backstage at NXT TakeOver New York on Friday evening. None other than the former WWE star and ECW World Champion Taz. And it's been noted it's the first time in years that he's been to a WWE event. So pretty cool to see that Taz is backstage chilling with the guys at NXT, huh?
Brother.
Do you listen to his show much anymore, Matt?
No, I listen to Busted Open now.
Yeah.
So after he got that morning show with the Moose, and to me, it's a lot more difficult to track down when he does his show anymore. So I don't follow it nearly as much as I used to. I stick with Busted Open.
Can't go wrong, Busted Open.
You cannot.
Probably the most spectacular event to happen during WrestleMania weekend was Joey Ryan's penis party.
I agree with you, Darryl. I don't care.
Oh, come on.
I can't talk about another man. I can't talk about another grown ass man's penis. I'm sorry.
Battle Riot 2 happened for MLW. Teddy Hart retained his middleweight championship against Ace Austin. Speaking of Ace Austin, he was the one that took that sick jump off the Ultimate X cage, wasn't it?
Was that him?
I think that was him. Oh my God, that dive was fucking insane.
That was stupid.
There was a street fight for the MLW World Championship, which apparently Jimmy Havoc got hurt in. Filthy Tom Lawler retains his title. We had the Battle Riot. We had some surprises and some legends. Dan the Beast Severn. Minoru Tanaka actually showed up for that one as well. Phoenix and Pentagon entered back-to-back. Ace Romero. That dude's big. Trying to look to see if any other surprises were in here. Rich Swann, remember that guy? He was in there.
Can you handle it?
What was it? What was his downfall with the WWE again?
I can't remember. He got in trouble or something.
Yeah, what was I can't remember.
But I think the charges, he had like a domestic violence thing or something, and the charges got dropped after WWE fired him or something that.
MJF was the first entrant in the Battle Riot. He lasted quite a long ways. It took until about the 23rd entrant before he got eliminated. L.A. Park, I'm not familiar with the guy, but L.A. Park is your winner.
Did you seriously just say you're not familiar with L.A.
Dude,
Park?
that's La Parka, man.
Oh, is that La Parka?
Yes.
Holy shit, that guy's still going?
Yes, he's still going.
Shit, if PCO can go, he can go too.
True that. Plus, he's under a mask, just like Liger, so you don't really... You can't tell how old he is.
La Parka was like...
The chairman, yes.
He was like... was that pre Monday Night Wars even? WCW?
No. That was right during the middle.
Definitely Monday Night War era.
Yeah, that was right during the Monday Night Wars.
53. He's 53. Wow, that's La Parka. I did not know that. I haven't watched MLW in a while, so I did not know.
He's a balloon now.
So what? LA Park or La Parka is what, owned by Vince now or something, probably.
Possibly.
So he gets to a title shot, whatever he wants, with Filthy Tom Lawler.
He's so filthy.
Jim Ross. He's working for AEW now and says, a major cable network is going to be where AEW lands in October, and it ain't going to be hard to find.
Yeah, thanks for confirming that for us, JR. I'm sure Tony Khan was thrilled.
TK, good old TK.
Gotta be TBS. He's talking about it.
It's got to be CM Punk as the librarian.
Mm-hmm. At 6:05 on Tuesday evenings.
I still think it's TNT.
Yeah. Hey, I don't care as long as it's somewhere I can find it, which apparently, according to JR, it is. So.
Are they gonna have like those replays like they did on Nitro? Like Nitro will go off and they'll come right back on right afterwards.
I hope not. in the era of DVR, that's really not necessary anymore.
Jimmy Havoc was kept off of the Major League Wrestling event on April 5th due to the injury. He had a deep cut in his arm in the street fight against Tom Lawler. He also took some staples to the face from Sami Callihan in the Impact match. You guys familiar with Cody and Jake Diener at all?
What did you just say to me?
Cody and Jake Diener. They sound familiar.
I thought you called me a word. Sorry.
No. Those names sound
familiar. You didn't just go there.
I did.
I don't know. I don't even know where he was going. So
I'm not touching it.
Cody and Jake Diener. I don't know, but Impact Wrestling signed them, so enjoy mediocrity.
I still don't understand why anybody's signing with that company in 2019.
Enjoy the Trivial Pursuit Network.
Trivial Pursuit, really?
Shane Strickland's final appearance before heading to the WWE happened on WrestleMania Weekend as well.
Swerve.
Wrestling Revolvers, Pancakes, and Pile Drivers event.
They didn't have any pancakes.
They didn't?
No.
Then what the fuck was the point?
So Sunday, I'm getting ready to go get myself together to go my cousin's house to watch Mania, and I see the tweets, like there were no pancakes at all. Like the fans were like chanting, "We want pancakes," and there were no fucking pancakes.
I'd be pissed. You can't run an event called Pancakes of Power Drivers and then not have pancakes. What the hell?
Yeah. There was no pancakes. None. Zero.
Wow.
They were hungry.
The New Day had them all.
Yep, pretty much.
I'd be so mad.
Some sad news just before the Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, Torrie Wilson's father, Al Wilson, passed away. He had some time on the WWE television in 2002 and 2003 with a storyline with Dawn Marie after the Invasion storyline had finished. So that had to have been tough weekend for Torrie. I mean, that just terrible timing, you know. And I still
thought she had the best speech of the night. I thought she did fantastic.
I'm not going to wait for it to expire. I'm just going to do something so you can fire me. Eli Drake got fired by Impact Wrestling for apparently am I getting this right? Refusing to wrestle Tessa Blanchard at United We Stand.
Yeah, he had been saying like on social media like the whole time, like for the past week before, like he did not want to do it at all.
Dummy, yeah. And who ended up? Joey Ryan ended up facing Tessa, right?
Yep.
Yep.
AEW or NXT?
AEW? Are you kidding me?
I thought there was interest from NXT.
I see him going to AEW. I don't.
Okay. Well, I just said I thought there was interest in the past from Trips. So.
Of Eli Drake.
Yeah.
Eli would be perfect in AEW.
Oh, I'm happy if it's as long as he's on my television. I don't care because. Let me tell you something, dummy. Batista announced his retirement shortly after his match with Triple H at WrestleMania 35. He took to Instagram and said to all the WWE fans across the world that gave me the opportunity to suspend your disbelief, thank you from the biggest part of my heart. Thank you for letting me entertain you. Tonight was my storybook ending. I wanted to leave with you with all I had to give. I missed the theater of violence more than I can express in words, but I'm officially retiring from sports entertainment. I'm proud of what I accomplished. I leave in great health, and without a doubt, the show will go on. I had a hell of a run, and thank you for the journey. And Dave's going to be okay, isn't he? He's got a couple of little Hollywood things going on there, maybe a little Marvel Studios, thing.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
He walks alone.
CM Punk recently was on the Sauce and Shram show, whatever that is, and he talked about Kofi Kingston's as WWE champion and among other things. And in regards to Kofi as champion, he says it should have happened 10 years ago. That's what I'll leave with. It's one of those things where, yes, I'm stoked that it happened now, but then again, be ahead of the curve instead of behind it.
True words.
In regards to Shane being billed as best in the world, Punk says, I think he's been calling himself best in the world, and this is the funny thing about the company. I can say, yeah, it's a little shot at me, and it probably is, but they deny it until the cows come home. And it's funny that they started chanting CM Punk, and then he's like, pfft, and then Shane's like, I can't remember what he said tonight. He's like, pfft, yeah, okay. And in regards to the women main event in WrestleMania 35, he said, those three women put it all on the line for everybody's entertainment, and I think the best thing to come out of that was all the little girls that can watch and aspire to be something greater than we all are. And he ended it with saying, I'm going to go read some books and put on some glasses. No, he did not say that. But what if this is all a ruse and he is the fucking librarian? Wouldn't that be funny? Randy Orton posted on Instagram, for the live crowd that saw this during my match at MetLife Stadium tonight, I would like to apologize on the behalf of WWE for screwing up and shining a bright light in your eyes for 95% of our match. You really missed a fucking great match.
It's the same thing that happened to us at 33 during the women's.
It happens at almost every fucking event. Because it happened at the Rumble too, or Takeover. I think it happened at Takeover. They were bitching, and finally the lights got shut off, and And I was like, I couldn't tell because I was in attendance. I couldn't quite make out the chant, and I looked on Twitter, and I saw that people were bitching about the lights. I was like, oh.
But it's always it's always the outdoor stadiums that have them because they have that what's the word, that canopy type thing, and they put the light up under the canopy so it lowers.
Oh, maybe it was Rumble that I'm thinking of, not Takeover then.
Yeah, it was Rumble. Anytime they gotta use, because the same thing happened to us at 33 during the Charlotte. I think it was the Raw Women's Title match, and it was where we were sitting. It was a bright ass light flashing in our face the whole time. It's whenever they have it at an outdoor stadium and they have that canopy up and the lights are sitting right up under the canopy at the same level as some of the like the nosebleed seats. It's horrible.
Yeah, then AJ Styles tweeted, no cuss words like Randy, but I was so disappointed that you guys didn't get to see a fantastic match at MetLife Stadium, or MetLife Center, whatever you want to call it. And apparently AJ Styles' hair blowing in the wind became a thing on Twitter as well during his entrance. It's time to... When it comes time to sail away with Chris Jericho in January of 2020, you're going to be styling and profiling because the Nature Boy Ric Flair has now joined the cruise, the Rock and Rager cruise with Chris Jericho, the second wave, and so he joins quite the list of AEW wrestlers: Vicky Guerrero, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, X-Pac, Booker T, Jake the Snake, Diamond Dallas Page, Eric Bischoff, Chavo Guerrero, Queen Sharmell, MVP, Lisa Marie Varon, Ted Irvine, Father Jericho. I really want to go on that cruise, but I just can't do it right now. Ronda Rousey has believed to have broken her right hand during the main event of WrestleMania 35. According to Mike Johnson, PW Insider, she's undergoing examination. And to confirm the severity of the issue, this was first reported by Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer. Matt, have you heard any updates since then?
I haven't looked into it, to be honest. But I thought Becky's tweet was funny.
What was her tweet?
Ronnie broke her hand on the face on the face of something along the lines of that's easily breakable or something along that. I'll get the. You give me a minute, I can get a direct quote here.
All right, you get that while I get the next injury. As we mentioned earlier, AJ Styles injured while wrestling Randy Orton at WrestleMania. He has been pulled from Access VIP meet and greets. Instead of that, you can meet the new WWE champion Kofi Kingston or get a signed 8x10 of AJ Styles in return. I would say that's a nice little consolation prize of getting to meet Kofi Kingston.
Should have given them both.
Right.
That too.
For that fucking price, yeah.
Yeah. And what is that? Is about 200 or more than that?
Probably like 190.
Ronda broke her hand punching the face that she said broke too easy.
Her hand's okay. If you saw her video she posted right after Mania.
If you saw the internet after Raw went off the air, they had a little Shield reunion goodbye for Dean Ambrose. Guy, maybe he is leaving, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. From what I hear, he's taking bookings immediately.
Come to Double or Nothing, baby. I think WWE posted the video, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. I watched it today from their YouTube account.
I watched the bootleg video last night that Matt sent. Thank you for that, Matt.
Yeah, go on, because I didn't think it was gonna last.
Like an hour later, it was still there. An hour later, yeah. When I went to bed,
WWE is really big on taking that kind of stuff and shutting it down. And I was just like, I know JB would want to see this.
Yeah.
So
thank you for that last night. I watched that as I was going to bed. Hiroshi Tanahashi has suffered an injury to his left elbow. Unfortunately, he'll be pulled from the Road to Wrestling Dontaku tour that starts on April 13th. Man, it seems like that guy gets injured all the damn time now, doesn't it?
He's old.
Yeah.
High 30s, isn't he? Or is he in the 40s
Might even
now?
be older than that.
I think he might be high 30s.
42.
42,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, that does not surprise me. I thought he was in his 40s. And that's style they work over there, man.
It's brutal on your body, man.
Yeah, it really, really is. So that does not surprise me whatsoever.
Worlds Collide special will air on the WWE Network this week, and that was from this WrestleMania Access, right?
I believe so.
Does anybody get anything from this one?
Not that I haven't heard a peep.
Because I know the Rumble one, the winner got the title shot of the brand on the brand of their brand, and that's what Dream used to become North American champion. So I was just wondering if there was something on the line for this one.
There will be 4 episodes. The first one airs Sunday, April 14th at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. NXT versus NXT alumni. It'll be Roderick Strong versus Tyler Breeze. Dominic Dijakovic. Dominic Dijak, let's just fucking call him that, versus Harper. I heard that match was pretty fucking good, too, by the way.
I've heard very good things about that, actually, yeah.
Sanity against Undisputed Era and Cassius Ohno against Aiden English. Cruiserweights collide on Wednesday, April 17th, 9/8 Central. Cruiserweights from 205 Live, UK, and NXT soar. Tyler Bate takes on the Byron Kendrick. That's going to be good. Oh, this will be good, too. Tozawa against Jordan Devlin. Flash Morgan Webster and Mark Andrews against Arya Davari and Mike Kanellis. And Albert Hardy Jr. versus Grand Metalik versus Ligero. Wednesday, April 24th at 9/8 Central. Women collide as Io Shirai takes on Sonya Deville. Toni Storm takes on Nikki Cross.
That should be fun.
That's going to be a good one.
This is... Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
The way this press release is worded is not right. It says Io Shirai versus Sonya Deville, comma, Toni Storm versus Nikki Cross versus Bianca Belair. Oh, it's a triple threat. It must be a triple threat.
I'm not nearly as interested now.
Nope.
Piper Niven against Zelina Vega. And Candice LeRae against Kaylee Ray.
They putting tiny ass Zelina Vega in the ring with Piper Niven?
Yes, they are.
Oh, jeez.
Brands Collide is the final show that airs on Wednesday, May 1st, 9/8 Central. 2 over-the-top battle royals, 1 for the males, 1 for the females. I wonder if this does have the title implications. I guess we'll find out on May 1st when that airs. Seth Rollins paid tribute to the fans after slaying the Beast. He posted on Instagram, "Thank you to all the fans all over the world who supported me on this journey. We've been through so much together over the years. One thing I've learned is that no one truly does anything on their own in this life. Being human is a cumulative effort. I wouldn't be where I am without those around me. So thank you, all of you, the lovers, the haters, the critics, the cynics, the new fans, the old fans. It took all of us in unison to actualize this dream. I love you all. This is just the beginning."
Yeah.
Burn it down.
Burn it fucking down. I'm gonna wear my SFNR shirt to work and see if I get in trouble.
I wore mine to work last week.
I'm gonna say no. It
says freaking.
No, it says
freaking.
It's FSRN. You're not reading it right. Undertaker showed up on Raw, and the reason why is because he's going to be returning to the ring when they return to Saudi Arabia, I think in June now. It was supposed to be in May, but dumb Vince didn't realize he booked it during Ramadan.
Fucking slap
Dumb. My name's Vince. Dumb.
You good over there, Matt?
Shut up!
So the name of the security guard for the WWE that got injured during my ex-coworker's idiotic pursuit, Thaddeus Jones, was treated for a rib injury and but worked on Raw on Monday night, so it looks like he's doing okay.
Travis Brown missed a punch and got him instead.
Ty Dillinger was at the WWE hotel over the weekend. Of course, he's engaged to Peyton Royce. Attaboy.
I think that's iconic.
How about the Raw after WrestleMania not getting $3 million?
Oh, it did in the first hour.
Because everybody knew it wasn't going to be any fucking call-ups.
Yeah,
It wasn't a good show. I mean,
Yeah,
let's not dick around here, and let's just be fucking honest.
Dude, I didn't.
WrestleMania, while compared to SmackDown tonight, it was a good show. Like at the moment, like when you compare it to Raw after WrestleManias of the past 5 to 7 years, this was not a good show.
Well, you got to remember too, like the last couple of Manias were exactly the greatest. So
they had to redeem themselves.
Yeah,
somehow.
they had to redeem themselves the next night.
Like I said, they flip-flopped it. And like I said, don't get me wrong, I'd rather WrestleMania be the better show.
Right.
But I mean, you can't be surprised that people tuned out of Raw as the 3 hours went because it wasn't a good show.
Dude, you know how many
that's what I'm saying.
Left on Monday and didn't even go to Raw? Because they didn't expect it to be good. I didn't expect it. I didn't tune in until 8:45.
Well, I mean, they still sold it out.
I mean, yeah, they'll sell it out, but that doesn't mean that the person is actually there.
Well, I mean, they stood. Look, no motherfucker bought their ticket, and then just went home. Like they either sold that shit off, they stayed around.
I'm saying if somebody bought a ticket, like say they bought it via Ticketmaster or one of the packages, and they didn't feel like going or excited, they just put the bitch on StubHub and nobody bought the motherfucker. Because there were plenty of tickets on StubHub right before.
StubHub.
Sasha Banks pulled out of the Wendy Williams show today, Tuesday, April 9th, a few hours before.
Smart decision.
Right.
A few hours before the show was set to tape for personal reasons. New York Post has reported that the show was so upset that they'll never book her again.
Never bank her again.
That's a big win for Banks.
Right.
Somebody showed Sasha this show this morning. She's like, I ain't going on that crap.
Sasha, you should be better off going on Ellen. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Second hour of the WrestleMania kickoff got 750,000 viewers on the USA Network.
Oh shit!
And
more than Raw.
And more than Impact. And the Hall of Fame special after Raw brought in 1.15 million viewers. Billy Corgan, NWA president, was in attendance at the WrestleMania and the Hall of Fame over the weekend, and Chris Nowitzki was also at WrestleMania. Tonight's SmackDown opened up very interesting because during the dark match, EC3 had a new manager by the name of Drake Maverick. Of course, these two had a feud in Impact Wrestling. Are they finally doing something with EC3, for fuck's sake?
We also got to keep in mind, before they feuded, they were inseparable BFFs in Impact Wrestling too. So
Star Spizzard.
That is true. Luke Harper took on EC3 in the dark match, so hopefully this finally leads to something here with EC3, because they sure as hell.
You mean they're actually using their call-ups from 15 years ago?
Well, at least he's not coming down the ramp and turning around and walking back for 8 weeks.
True.
Monday Night Raw after Mania. What did you guys think of Kofi Kingston coming out and challenging title versus title? I know we all knew it was going to be no contest, but pretty damn good match though for the Raw after WrestleMania though, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was what it was. I mean, I was hoping that it wasn't a unified title. I just didn't feel like seeing the bullshit.
Bullshit.
How about Big E's splits?
That's a big ass man to be doing a fucking split.
That move is over, bro.
That's a big fucking split.
Ryder and Hawkins, I thought they did away with rematch clauses.
Matt was concerned.
Damn fucking right I was concerned.
Oh, we all thought this was Dallas 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I would have put money down on it. Somehow Hawkins gets the pin again. So Hawkins is 2-0 now, baby.
Can we go for 3-0 next week?
Baron Corbin came out and gloated. I'm going to give credit to Baron Corbin. He cut a pretty good promo considering that the crowd was really all over him. So I'll give him the credit there. It's pretty cool to see Angle come out, get one last little fuck you before turning into or going into the old Agentville for the WWE. Then Lars Sullivan's music hits, and Angle, get the fuck out of there! It's good to see that Lars has got his stuff straight, and is back on TV now after dealing with the anxiety issues and such. So it's good to see that that's all straightened out, and he's back on. He's finally debuting as one of the call-ups that was from the end of last year. So I like the guy. I don't know about you guys, but I like Lars Sullivan. Like I said, he's like a Bruno Sammartino kind of hybrid for me.
Just big as fuck.
That's one way to put it. To Matt's enjoyment, Alexa Bliss is back in the ring.
Bite me.
I say that with sarcasm because Matt thinks the title rocket's going to get strapped up to her ass again.
He's not wrong.
She beat Bayley rather quickly.
Keep her away from Becky 2 belts.
Becky 2 belts.
I'd rather see her feud with Lacey Evans for a fucking year than see one of those titles back on Alexa Bliss.
Hey, this Lacey Evans thing, I'm not hating it.
I hated the evolution of the two nights because they already showed you on Monday that the women's right didn't affect Becky,
but it affected her on Tuesday.
And then all of a sudden it just racked her so bad she couldn't stand up tonight. This is dumb.
They read your tweet. That's why.
They're watching you.
They read Matt's tweet that she needs a new finisher.
Oh, dude, if you don't think I don't already know, they stalked my Twitter account.
Matt Black.
They say with disdain on a weekly basis.
That black guy.
At least it was a black guy saying it. So.
Facts.
The man comes out to a huge ovation. Champ, or Becky 2 belts. Is that a legit shirt or is that a fan?
Yes,
shirt?
it's on WWE Shop.
That's a legit shirt, dude.
Did that get by Vince?
The fact, that's what I asked myself tonight. I'm like, how the fuck did Vince approve this?
We all know belt is a naughty word.
I want to buy one before they pull it.
we all know belt is a naughty word.
You know damn well. Like,
well, you know.
Vince is still in a given mood for Mania.
Bro, he knows what's coming down the corner. Around the corner there. He knows what's coming on Tuesday nights. What's that? Tuesday Night Dynamite?
Tuesday Night Dynamite.
On TNT.
We know drama.
Look, they also have the NBA, okay? So they're not all drama. And USA has a lot of quote-unquote drama shows on their network, too.
True.
So I wonder what happens to the NBA.
And TNT has a lot more brand equity than TBS nowadays. So
they got one cool show with Angela Bassett where she's a cop. It was like the 911 show or something. Or is that Fox? I don't know.
That's not Fox. I heard that show's cheesy as fuck.
I don't watch TV.
I haven't seen it. I don't know.
I heard that show's cheesy as fuck. That's on Fox though.
If it's not wrestling or sports, I don't watch it.
Yeah, I'm kind of that way too. I used to be into a lot of shows. Like I watched Rescue Me, I watched Sons of Anarchy, Walking Dead. I'm way behind on Walking Dead now. I don't.
Spoiler: a whole bunch of people died.
Whoa!
Darryl's still alive.
Well, yeah, that's all that matters.
Of course you are. Right here.
Right.
I would have heard the backlash if he ever would have got. I would have heard the backlash from here if he would have ever gotten killed. I'm in the same boat. I don't watch many shows anymore. It's sports, wrestling, and video games. It's like
it's simple. Like
I'll binge some shit. Like I'll binge Game of Thrones after it's done. I'll do that. Shameless. I started watching a little Shameless. That's a good fucking show. I'll finish binging that sometime. But it's hard to sit down and
it's the consistency. Like wrestling is always on.
It's hard to enjoy a series. Like every time you enjoy one, it's gone.
You're right. Wait for the next season where wrestling is year round.
It took me 3 years to finally accept Sons of Anarchy. I'm like, all right, it's not going anywhere. Like, because I got burnt. I started watching Vegas on CBS because, like, all right, Michael Chiklis, Dennis Quaid, this looks fucking great. It's like Vegas of the 50s. Oh, all right, I watched it. I liked it. They pulled it after one fucking year. I'm like, what the fuck? You know,
Yeah, I hate when that shit happens.
That's why I can't watch. That's why I can't watch sitcom. I can't watch shows anymore.
And then, like, you ever heard of the Australian comic Jim Jeffries? He had a show on FX called I can't remember what it was called. He had a great show. It was on like 2 seasons, and they pulled it.
You can't pull wrestling.
There was a great show on ABC a few years ago, starring the dude who played Mr. Fantastic in the first 2 Fantastic Four movies. It was called Forever. Probably one of the best new television shows I'd ever seen. It lasted 1 year, then they canned it. I'm like, well, fuck off. This is why I don't get invested in TV shows anymore.
Yeah, look what Netflix is doing to all the Marvel shit.
Oh, fuck Netflix.
Yeah.
You know what? I was so pissed about Luke Cage. I just want to punch somebody in the stomach.
Dude, Daredevil season 3 was a work of art. That was just absolutely incredible. And the
Like,
fact that we're never going to get a 4th season, just some fucking bullshit, man.
You're right.
I blame JB.
Good. Well, I'm a DC guy anyway, so blame me. Oh, you know, let me tell you. Let's go back to a funny story about the incident on Saturday.
Are you really a DC fan?
Yeah, I'm a big Batman fan. I'm a huge Batman fan.
I like Batman too, but it don't mean Marvel ain't better.
Right.
I don't hate Marvel, but I don't get into it as much as DC.
The Punisher, dude.
It just sucks that their movies aren't as good.
Shazam was great.
Yeah, I need to go see that. So, my best friend and my best 2 friends, one of them is a sports director for Omaha, local news here in Omaha.
Omaha.
And
Omaha!
His favorite wrestler of all time is Bret Hart. So in our group chat, they're all making fun that I put the hit out on Bret Hart for this.
Wow.
I said, what if I did? No, I didn't.
JB,
No, I didn't.
I'm about to say, please deny that fast.
No, I didn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the last episode Lost in Midcard with JB Huskers.
No, you heard me call this guy an idiot. That
was you protecting yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
You heard me calling him an idiot earlier in the show.
Stupid idiot.
Worst, most hated guy in professional wrestling right now. Like I said, I haven't talked to the dude in months, and obviously he's gone off the rails with drugs and shit. So, you know, it is what it is.
It takes some druggies.
Took too many to leave.
Ricochet and Black.
That motherfucker took a lot more than a leave.
Yeah, shit. Ricochet and Black took on Rude and Gable. Ricochet and Black got the win after 12 minutes because they've been losing all weekend, so they needed a win. Rude with an attack from behind after the match, basically the official heel turn for Rude and Gable, but they've been kind of acting heelish since they lost the titles, but this is their official heel turn. Which is great, because Rude works great as a heel, so.
Beer money.
I don't know how good Gable will work as a heel, but I think he'll do all right, because Gable's awesome.
American Alpha were heels before.
Yes, they were.
Were they?
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Little box with some smoke coming out of it, and there was a little buzzard.
Some fucking dinosaur.
What the fuck was that? What's that, Mr. Socko on crack?
It's supposed to be a fucking buzzard, but it looked like a damn dinosaur.
This is Mr. Socko. This is Mr. Socko on drugs. Any questions?
Good God.
I thought it was kind of funny, though, and then obviously it's for Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt's laugh, because it's also wearing one of Bray Wyatt's old Cape Fear shirts.
It's just, it looked like he was choking on the fumes that came out of the box.
Yeah, he was.
Might have been. I think Bray's going back to his old Cape Fear gimmick. I think that's what's going on.
I just think it's dumb.
You gotta do something.
I thought that little thing was fine with the
Really?
I thought it was fine.
This is the 2019 version of Gobbledygooker, only they opened the box immediately.
I thought it was fine. I didn't hate it.
You think everything's fine.
Lashley against Ambrose, and Ambrose's last match didn't even happen. They just fought all around the ring, and it ended with Lashley slamming Ambrose into the announce table. Renee, his wife, checking on him. It all, I was always wondering. I was like, well, maybe this whole thing with Lashley talking about he'll take care of his wife while he's gone. Maybe that's the story that brings Ambrose back.
That's a negative, Ghost Rider.
He's gone, pal.
Hey, double or nothing, baby. Sami Zayn makes his long-awaited return from injury. 10 months, I believe, he was out, and he pulled a Batista coming out. I loved how he played it off, though, just posing. Right there.
Sammy's awesome.
Sammy is awesome. Got a shaved head now, and the crowd singing along, as they do, as they'd love to do. Says he wants a match. Open challenge. Come on, somebody. Give me a match. Finn Balor answers it, and we all go, ooh. And Finn goes, I'll do you one better. IC title on the line. So we got ourselves a great match between Balor and Zayn. Went about 12 minutes. Zayn still has a little ring rust, so I mean there was a little bit of sloppiness there. But hey, I mean we ain't gonna put that against Sam. We know Sammy's one of the better wrestlers in the company, so it was still a fun match, good match, and Balor gets the win with the coup de grace after about 12 minutes. And Sami Zayn ain't Mr. Nice Guy anymore after that, is he?
Sammy's an asshole.
You all right? You all right with the return of Sami as a heel?
Yes. Si, senor.
I saw someone equate it to Daniel Bryan on SmackDown. Like he could be that good as a heel.
He can.
Yeah. So, hell, maybe he could be an intellectual equal if they all end up on the same brand.
Possibly.
Maybe. It's kind of funny how you talk shit to the crowd and they just cheer because you're right. Old Sammy calling out the marks. Dana Brooke interviewed by Sheriff Schreiber. Sheriff Schreiber? That's a fun name to say. She congratulated Becky on being a champ and said that she's not at the back of the line anymore. She's going to seize the moment. So maybe she's teasing a heel turn. I don't know. Elias is in the ring, pissed off that the Doctor of Thugonomics interrupted him on Sunday. And he goes, the next one to interrupt me is a dead man. And as soon as he said dead man, everybody in the world knew what was going to happen. You could hear the crowd going, oh! Undertaker comes out. Elias was originally not going to fight, but then he walked right into a boot. And then a chokeslam, and then a tombstone. Taker. Not bad for 54, huh? He took the full gear challenge, I think.
Wow.
He's looking good. I already shed about 25 pounds.
Yeah, she read his diet ad too.
Yeah. Oh, is he pimping, like trying to?
Yeah, he's pimping stuff like the Instagram models do.
Oh, great.
You
that's our Undertaker in 2019.
Well, we got Dead Man Talking, so that'll be his first sponsor, probably, right?
You two can have some tummy tea.
Kofi, Seth, winner take all, got interrupted by the bar, and that's when it went off the rails. Now, let me tell you something.
Brother.
Let me tell you something, brother. You don't want Undisputed to get called up here, Matt, because that's just going to fucking kill NXT. All right?
I didn't say I wanted them to be called up.
All right.
This match should have never been booked to begin with.
Yeah, good point. So I don't hate the bar doing this. I know the crowd shit all over it, but I don't hate the bar doing this because, I think it's going to set up Cesaro and Kofi eventually. Because Sheamus put on Twitter that Cesaro is overdue for a world title shot, and I'm all about Cesaro and Kofi. I think that'd be a hell of a fucking match. And we all know Sheamus's time in the ring his days are probably getting limited with his spinal stenosis. So I am all for a Cesaro, but I mean the crowd shit all over it. And oh, hey, you beach balls, go to the fucking beach if you want to play with beach balls. Anyways, and then of course after Raw went off the air, the Shield, Dean Ambrose said goodbye.
Bye.
But not forever. I'm sure he'll be back eventually. He's a young guy still. SmackDown started out with the championship celebration for Kofi Kingston. Pretty cool setup with the rainbow balloons there and everything, and the pancakes on the turnbuckles. And Big E doing another split because that's over now, brother.
That's a big man.
Big E said that that Kofi broke his foot off between the vegan cheeks of Daniel Bryan. Big E had a way with words tonight. He also said that you might know the New Day for a lot of the shenanigans and foolish things, a lot of butt stuff. He said butt stuff on the air, but they're here to truly celebrate their brother Kofi Kingston. And it was great hearing Big E and Xavier talk about Kofi, wasn't it, guys?
Yeah, it was a salute to him. I mean, that moment was like I said, that moment was once in a lifetime. So of course, I'm happy that they got to salute their brother and, like they said, their inspiration and role model.
Yeah. As Xavier said, he watched Kofi's debut. I don't know if Xavier was wrestling then. I don't know if he was Consequences Creed or what he was at the time, that 11 years ago. But yeah, it was really cool to see. I mean, and just the emotions. All of us were emotional. You guys saw the video of Shad Gaspard and MVP, right?
Mm-hmm.
I shared it with you, dummy.
Oh, hey,
dummy, yeah.
I was not breaking down the fourth wall. I was just setting it up for you guys. Good video though, wasn't it, guys?
Like Cole Cabana.
So Kofi took the mic, and as soon as he started thanking his family, the bar comes out and talks some shit. They challenge him to a 6-man tag match, and New Day's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's only 2 of you. Well, they brought a friend from Raw, Drew McIntyre, because of all this, the Superstar Shakeup's next week, so, brand split doesn't matter. It never mattered anyways, but we got our first match of the evening. Was a pretty cool 6-man tag match. Aleister Black, Mustafa Ali, Ricochet took on Rusev, Nakamura, and Andrade. I like that team, Black, Ricochet, and Ali. That's a pretty good team there. After the match, hey, Randy hit an RKO on Ali. Hey, how you doing there, Randy? Then oh shit, Kevin Owens hit a stunner on Rusev. Stunner! My God! R-Truth and Carmella in the ring. R-Truth congratulated Carmella for beating Andre the Giant in the Royal Rumble. Oh, Truth, you always make me fucking laugh. Thank you. Samoa Joe's music, and that's when a hit, and that's when the laughter stopped. And
You sure that's what I thought when the laughter began?
Well, I guess depending on which way you look at things, yeah. Joe gets on the mic and says, before you was a man who destroyed Rey Mysterio in less than 60 seconds. He may take less time to beat up any other superstar. When Braun Strowman's music hits, and they get into it. Braun Strowman and Joe, could you imagine that fight, man? Woo!
It's a fucking car accident.
I'm not looking forward to seeing Joe have to job to Braun. I hope they don't end up on the same brand.
I don't want to see either one of them job to either one of them.
I was going to ask you guys this. Is this them showing their hands or just saying this could be what if?
This could happen.
This is tease.
It makes you think.
Yeah, the teams can be broken up. No, in the past, the teams could go together, you dumbasses.
No, they would say
they will break up teams to which they wish to break up, like Ricochet and Black.
Yeah, they will. They broke up. Remember last year they broke up Matt and Jeff.
But they also brought along teams together.
Yeah, I mean they'll switch. I mean it depends. Like they'll keep the New Day together. They'll keep probably the Bar together, but then they'll split up like Ricochet and Black, or Roode and Gable.
Welcome to the WWE, where the points don't matter, and let's get it going. The Iconics took on.
Man, you fucked that line up.
I wasn't even trying. The Iconics took on Peyton Royce, and Billy Kay took on Brooklyn's Finest. You know how that went. Shane McMahon accosted Greg Hamilton.
I'm so sick of this gimmick.
Matt and Jeff, as I predicted, defeated the Usos for the tag titles. And as Matt said, why not put them on at WrestleMania?
That would have been the bloody smart thing to do.
And then, Lars Sullivan comes out and destroys the Hardys.
In front of their family. God damn you.
My God, the man's got a family.
Bitch.
As Matt said earlier, Becky Lynch came out and Lacey Evans sucker punched her, and that right was a little more devastating than Monday's.
It's not the quality of the right. It was the quantity of the rights.
And then in the main event, before the main event, all six gentlemen are in the ring, and Sami Zayn comes out and goes, this crowd ain't worth it. I laughed at that. Kofi, Trouble in Paradise, gets the pin on Sheamus. 1, 2, 3. New Day defeats the Bar and Drew. Notice how quick I went through SmackDown? That's probably the quickest I've gone through SmackDown in a while, huh?
So it wasn't a good show.
No content whatsoever, big fella.
Big fella. Crockett Cup brackets. Oh, my God. The Briscoes are taking on the Rock and Roll Express in the first round.
Are the Rock and Roll Express still alive?
They won't be after this.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
What a joke.
What is the combined age of the Rock and Roll Express with PCO and Brody King?
I guess
200?
Before Christ.
Good answer. Oh, Flip Gordon and Bandito are teaming up on the Crockett Cup, though, too. That'd be a cool team to see.
They're going to be flippy.
You're
Oh, my
flippy.
God. This is not breaking news, but this is breaking news, but not quite breaking news. Another job just got posted in the WWE. WWE is looking for help with storyline continuity.
Oh, shit. Matt.
Yeah. Honestly, that's something they should hire me for.
WWE has a job posting for a continuity script supervisor. Key responsibilities include maintain and oversee the weekly continuity documents for Raw and SmackDown Live, in charge of proofreading all the drafts for Raw, SmackDown Live, and pay-per-view scripts each week, assure all major stories, graphics, and transitions are being brought forward for all shows, nothing is being overlooked, create, set, and communicate weekly checklists for all shows to keep lead writers on track, make sure they're bringing all stories forward. Responsible for watching all shows and up to date on all creative and all WWE-related events. Serve as a liaison between Raw and SmackDown Live to ensure continuity between both creatives of shows. Work closely with the head department, VP, and lead writers throughout the creative process to ensure the entire creative writing team is on the same page. Fuck, I'm putting it in my app right now.
And English means you got to be able to read, you got to watch wrestling, and you got to be able to say yes every time Vince says something. There you go.
Vince, this is fucking stupid. You're fired.
Facts.
Yeah, I wouldn't last a day.
Hour?
I might last an hour until I meet Vince.
You might not meet Vince.
No, so this is what you do, Matt. You apply, right? And then you tell Vince you don't get hired unless you bring me on as your angry translator. So that way I get fired and you don't.
Angry translator.
Yes, angry translator.
Wow. What do you think I am? Do you think I have Brock? I can make Brock Lesnar like demands?
No, but it's worth a fucking try.
Yeah.
If Matt makes it, we all make it.
Yeah, we're like the New Day.
Yes. I'm trying to figure out which one of you is E, though.
Ooh, I got some wrestling to watch now. Ladies and gents, that's going to do it for
talking about.
I got some indie shows from this weekend to watch now. I got a little Joey Janela Spring Break.
You're gonna watch a grown man's penis party?
I'm gonna watch the penis party.
Good gracious.
And I'm hearing some good things about Orange Cassidy, so I'm going to check out Orange Cassidy's doing something from GCW. Those are the 3 shows I'm going to check out. That's going to do it for this edition of Lost the Midcard. Thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, and any of your favorite podcasting apps. All you got to do is search for Lost the Midcard, hit that subscribe button. That way you will know every time a new episode comes your way, typically every Wednesday, or, keep your eye out for any special days. Kind of like, we did the Friday before Mania, which worked out really well to do it right to come out right on Takeover evening. That worked out really well. So when you subscribe to us, you'll know exactly when a new episode comes your way. And the links to all our subscriptions are on Facebook, facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard. Also on the Twitter at LITMC Podcast. We also share a lot of the great tweets from the wrestling world there as well, so give that a follow. Darryl's on the Twitter at NoOneLikeD. Matt is on the Twitter at Raw F Showtime. I am on the Twitter at JB Huskers, so give us all a follow as well. Let us know what you think about the show. Give us your thoughts of what the fuck Vince is doing. Give us your thoughts into the show and the product. We'd love to hear from you. And before we ride off into that sunset and finally take a deep breath from WrestleMania Weekend, Darryl, what are your final thoughts?
I'm still motherfucking tired, and I'm taking a break from wrestling until Monday.
Oh, we got that shakeup coming up.
God. I pray for us all.
True. Matt, what are your final thoughts?
Glad this week's over.
And we didn't even go anywhere.
Sad.
For Darryl Bullock, Matt Black, this is Jeremy Bennett. Thank you for tuning in to Lost in the Midcard. We will be back at you next week.